And we should be live now. If everything's going to plan. Yeah, that's good. So, today I'll be just playing some coastal vessels. Mainly the new Battle Pass coastal vessel, the 183. With the rocket launch on the rear. And just really giving myself an excuse to grind some coastal trees I've been neglecting. And let's just jump right into it. What do I have to grind? Nothing much for the Russians, but I'll just play this no boat first. And let's play realistic, preferably. Okay. And now we'll just wait for when we get a match. Do I actually need to see about the ammo up? Well, I guess I'll do the ammo in battle. Ireland Bay is not a bad map for coastals. That's a good start. So I want primarily AP belts, to be honest. Yeah, let's just go for a full load. How do I approach this? I really want to use these rocket launchers. We have an I-Navy guy with us. Looks like a down tier, that's good. Let's just wait for this rocket launcher to get on target. Good thing I can rotate 360 degrees. Good forward firing arc as well. And I kind of just want to wait for targets.
Stop машины. Attention to the map.
Yeah, there we go.
Цель. Катер.
Ah, it's just out of my rockets. Firing angle.
Право на борт.
There we go. None of them are gonna hit. Shame. Come on. There we go. Got pushed out of the way by that guy, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. Let's try the guns on that guy. Quite far. That's all friendly shooting.
Stop машины.
The one bad thing is that the rocket launcher is quite slow. Can I RTC? Nope. Lock onto something for a second. Come on. Come on, I know there's something right there. Right there. There we go. It gets damaged quite severely by the return fire. We're just here to have some fun. That's actually a good capture point, be useful to the team. Don't see any targets yet. It's been far from over there. Bandits have decapped C, that's good. No, ooh, we have an enemy over there. Japanese by the looks of it.
Цель. Катер.
Come on, I should get him out of main gun ammo.
Лево руля.
Опасно малая глубина прямо по курсу.
Все машины назад.
Kinda want to fire the rockets at him for some fun. If those don't hit, then they just don't hit. Come on, main gun back up.
Стоп, машины.
Есть попадание.
Target front, let's just move out of the way. At least something just shot me. Slowly reloading my rockets as well.
Право руля.
Руль право. Contact the C point.
Стоп, машины.
Внимание!
I think there's somebody just around the corner here. Real close.
Прямо руль.
American. I have plenty of ammo in the belt, but that's a problem.
160. Дистанция 500. Попадание.
Okay, good. Hello, American.
Цель утратила выход.
There we go.
Право на борт.
Цель выведена из строя.
We're gonna just back up where we came from. Oh, there we go.
Внимание! Имеем
Yeah, everything's fine. Just gonna be playing some Coastal today.
Лево на борт.
Showcasing this Battle Pulse vehicle. I should actually reload my main gun. 30 rounds is still a lot for that gun, but I'd rather have a full belt ready.
Опасно малая глубина прямо по курсу.
Trying not to hit the island, because that might damage my ship. It's been sunk.
We don't have the advantage anymore.
Сторожевой корабль.
Front,
Цель.
some low BR.
120.
Police boat.
Дистанция 1000.
Ooh, okay, the artillery is throwing me around.
Есть попадание.
Okay,
Стоп, машины.
okay.
Предельный крен направо.
That was a bit close for comfort.
Предельный крен на левый борт.
Up, we'll repair the gun, guns repaired,
Стоп, машины.
Есть поражение.
and spray that guy down.
Цель
There we go.
уничтожена.
Прямо руль.
Руль прямо.
Стоп, машины.
Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения.
Left, good. That is a big ship. Do I have backups equipped? Do something right here. There we go. Ah, I don't have backups, damn. Because those rockets might have been very good. I missed quite a few chat messages, sorry about that. But yeah, the shell penetration on the French things. The thing is, Agana levels of Spanish should be more than enough for 4-3.
Самый полный.
Why did I select the Groza? Oh well.
Руль право.
Ooh, actually, if I can shoot that guy down, is it Groza rank 3? It's rank 4 even, perfect. If I can shoot that guy down, I might be working towards a Battle Path challenge.
Лево руля.
Please come over here, Corsair. Please fly over here. And he's blown up somewhere. Come on, just shoot down an aircraft. All I need. So where did that Shonan go? I got shot from... I got shot from the seaside, so the Shonan probably went to B. Yeah, that's not good. burning, but it's way too far out there for me to actually hit him. My gunners on all targets, but the 37 is actually really good against coastals. Are these torpedoes? They're slow. They might be with torpedo mode equipped. We're capturing A, that's good. There's plenty destroyer of me. Yep. That guy's crashing as well. What happened to the Shonan?
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Probably on B, if I were to guess.
Defend the sea point!
Should have probably actually went with the 1, 2, 3. Maybe torpedo the Shonan.
Цель. Катер.
9, that's an AI. Not much left of the enemy team.
The enemy
He
has
had a courage that just left, okay. That is another enemy aircraft. Why am I constant shooting? So
Прямо
I
руль.
gets shot down, never mind.
forces have captured a zone.
Okay, let's see if we can hit him.
Цель. Катер.
Ooh, we hit him. We splashed close to him.
Попадание.
Nice, been stunk.
Право руля.
Attack the C point. Attack the B point. Affirmative.
There's another target.
Катер.
Мерен. 180. Дистанция 3000.
Let's just switch to the 37s, probably be easier. A bit too far for me to really deal with.
Катер, спереди. Дистанция 3000.
Цель. Катер.
Мерен.
Backing up.
60.
Yes.
Дистанция 3000.
We should be alright. And he got sunk just before my shells hit. What happened to that Shonan? He just sank before I actually noticed. Must have.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
No, the Shonan is still up. Where is it? Shonan really isn't that broke. Just fire HE into the turrets. Keep them burning. And her 25 magazine is very, very vulnerable. Although, in a full downturn, yeah, Shonan would be quite potent. So is any frigate, really.
Стоп машины. Право руля.
I assume it is at A.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone.
Where is it?
Право.
Oh,
Дистанция
LS3
4000.
Allied forces have captured
that
a
I
zone.
lost track of.
Право на борт.
Руль право на борту.
Цель. Катер.
Just marking for the team. So the LS3s would capture A.
Дистанция 3000.
Where is the Shonan? Those shots are not looking bad.
Цель
There we go.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Катер, спереди! Дистанция!
I think I see where the Shonan is.
Прямо руль.
Look at the anti-air tracers. Ooh,
Цель. Катер.
that's just okay.
200. Дистанция 2000. Попадание.
Let's see if I can finish it off. I think I'll push the manual 37s.
Есть попадание.
Средний.
Go.
Противник
Probably I
сбавляет
should
ход.
do.
Наблюдаю
That's
крен и
just
дифферент.
Лево на
how
борт.
things go.
Руй лево на борту.
Есть поражение.
Катер, спереди! Дистанция 4000!
Is there an aircraft up? There is an aircraft up.
Воздух.
Come on. Come
Право
on.
руля.
Come on, 37s. Right there. Come on.
Повреждение.
Give me that kill. Ah, an assist. Good enough.
Катер, слева! Дистанция 1000!
Машины назад.
Есть попадание.
Лево руля.
Руй лево!
Цель уничтожена.
Ooh, what's that? D3. Behind an island, I think the 102s won't hit. 37s might though.
Прямо руль.
Есть попадание. Наблюдаю пожары.
And there we go. Is the Shonan open water? Yes, it is.
Аварийной и трюмной группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Another aircraft up by the looks of it. Let's see if we can actually shoot it down this time.
Слева! Дистанция 1000!
Имеем повреждение.
And the Shonan's 25 magazine should be close to the bridge.
Воздух.
And if you detonate that, it means there's no 25s anymore.
Есть
It's
поражение.
very high, but yeah, that's that frontal magazine
Впереди!
should be all the 25mm shells.
Лево на борт.
Руй лево на борту!
And game's over
Противник
anyways,
уничтожен. Курс
before I
на
could
базу.
detonate it. Not a bad first game. An actual coastal match for once. Good solid chunk of RP and the cell. Let's put a backup on this boat, shall we? Also just gotta change a few things. There we go. Oh boy, there's quite a few chat messages. Hello there, Nick. Let me just do this for a second. There we go. It is better than I originally thought of this boat. The rocket launcher seems different from when I first tested it. It's still very inaccurate, but it one-shots any coastal vessel it hits. Pretty good fun. And the RP and SL modifiers aren't that bad. 154, 115. It's a fun boat. You can't do much wrong with that frontal armament. And the gruds are a fun gimmick. So let's try and showcase it a bit more. Yes, French car. Well, not yet the next update, but the one after that. The one in June, I think. I did also say on the... I think I said it on the dev stream, I did.
Самый полный.
But I am going to get myself the French pre-order ships, and I am going to review them. Which I don't usually do for premium ships. I don't usually get many premium ships. Well, I don't have a habit of reviewing premium ships because I don't plan to get every single one of them.
Дистанция
Not at the moment, at least.
Боевая тревога.
Опасно малая
But for the
глубина
French
прямо по
pre-order packs, I'll make an exception and actually review those.
Лево руля.
A victim. I think that long range is probably not the best weapon.
Уверен? 240. Дистанция 2000.
Excluding the data mine stuff, I'm not sure. There's always a possibility we'll see more tips that I haven't actually added to the dev servers. But I'm not sure. It could always happen. Who knows? They've killed pretty much everything on A, so let's just bombard that. Come on, get launched from target. That's probably one bad thing about this rocket launcher, it's very slow to rotate. So if you actually want to use it against something, you have to pre-aim at the target. Could always be another Hugh incident, of course. Ooh, is that a big boy? That is a big boy. Yeah, the elevation wasn't fast enough. Also rocking out quite a bit. Yeah, if the launcher was a bit faster in its aspects, it probably would have been a much better launcher. Come on. Triple assist, that's fine, but I don't have a bridge and I'm running the ground.
не можем управляться. Есть поражение. Внимание, имеем серьезные повреждения.
Should be good now.
Катер.
Уверен? 220. Дистанция 1000.
I was lucky that guy. Oh, they knocked out my rocket
Приступить к
launcher.
борьбе за живучесть.
I want to go slowly and try and launch some rockets.
Цель.
I got some kills with it last match. But I didn't have any backups for it, so I didn't really stay in the ship too long. Oh, that was Splash. There we go, direct hit.
Внимание, имеем серьезные повреждения.
These rockets feel a lot more usable than when they first were available for testing. That guy's gonna come right around the corner at high speed. I want to be ready for it.
Впереди. Дистанция
So don't decap A yet, so that he isn't alerted to my presence. And hold back.
Противник слагает ход.
Yeah, that's the other thing about these rockets. They have almost 10 kilograms of explosive, and that is a large filler fighting coastals. I did see an artillery strike coming. Go. Ah, damn it. Got hit anyways. Let's use backup.
Право руля.
руль право.
There's some destroyers about, so that's not quite as fun, but it will. Yeah, these rockets are like... The flight characteristics of them are pretty good. They're fast, they're pretty level flight path.
Дистанция
It's just the launcher is a bit sluggish. So when you get like hit speed bumps and stuff, you tend to not be able to launch any rockets.
Есть попадание.
Keep going into cover, keep going into cover. I saw an Asheville just dashing towards the capture point. Let's do this.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
again. There. I'll just main gun him. But at least.
Имеем повреждения.
Ah, there's Yashville. Bad timing. Bad timing. Is it under the rockets there? Yep.
Покинуть корабль!
I don't really have any good backups though for... Like, this lineup is fine if you're just fighting coastals. Anything else and you're kind of screwed. Let's have some 1, 2, 3 shenanigans.
Эсминец.
We're avoiding the coastal fight.
2000.
And we're gonna go to B.
Боевая тревога. Прямо руль.
What is my torpedo speed? Good. Oh. 1 second.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Yeah.
Право руля.
Руль право. Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 3000.
Oh, what do we here?
Верен.
What do we have there? It's even worse.
2000.
Slow down to stabilize the guns.
Руль право на борту.
Лево руля.
Alright, we'll go ahead there.
Руль лево.
Все машины назад.
Yeah, the growth has spotted me, that's not good. Good. I hear an aircraft, that's also not good.
Торпедные
Oh.
аппараты точно.
Okay, that is
Покинуть корабль.
unexpected. That was very unexpected.
Корабль теряет плавучесть.
Oh well. I need to quiet down my engine volume. I keep forgetting which one of the two is actually coming after or before the Terra Nova. Is the Leopard the one coming? Yeah, the Leopard is the one coming before after Terra Nova, isn't it? That's also the better of the two.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Does this thing have a bomb sight? It does. Perfect. But Frunze seems to go into beach himself. That makes it an even easier target. There we go. 4 bombs away. Critical damage. I have 4 more. Somewhere midship should be fine. So we will drop them here. Dropped a bit far forward for where I wanted them. Enemy aircraft. I have offensive guns, but it seems that the aircraft got shot down. Well, let's just run towards the airfield. And try not to cook our engines alive. Yeah, the coastal grind is kind of painful. I'm actually really tempted to get the premium Whitby that they're releasing next update as well, to help grind the British coastal tree with. Because the Whitby is a fine frigate, for as far as I know. At least compared to the Spey, it's going to be better. But I'm not that far away from the Blackpool. And I think the Blackpool itself should be good enough to help me grind the rest of the tree out.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Let's just slow this guy down. I didn't actually take it. I completely forgot to actually look at the price of Whitby on the dev server. What is it? It's the same as the Orla, isn't it? 6090? which I found a bit steep for a coastal vessel, but would be... Nah, it's pretty much a destroyer. It can fight with destroyers at least, compared to some of the other... Like, if I had to choose between Whitby or Orla, I would be getting Whitby, no question asked. I'm actually pretty looking forward to the next update. Should be a pretty good update. Got a new battleship to grind. A new Italian battleship looks very interesting, if the files don't lie. That reminds me, there was something else discovered. There was something else discovered on the dev server. That's when you wanted to make a user camo for Fargo. A file for USS Arkansas would be made instead. The file didn't work, so it wasn't anything actual, like the fact that it's basically just a file named USS Arkansas. So that's kind of suspicious. But we'll have to see if it actually goes anywhere or not. PTA-10. We're planning to bully cruisers with PTA-10, that's a new one. But I guess that could work. Not much of our team left. I can't do anything either because I've gone through all of my ship spawns already. It's just a one enemy aircraft up, okay. Looks like an attacker of some sort, an A-20. But I'm not getting into the battlefield in time before the tickets actually bleed out. But that'll be that. There's another aircraft over there. What are you? It looks like an A-20 to me. It could also be a Heinkel 219. No, the tail looks too much like American. It has high wings as well. Also, yes, Warhead, the Wyoming-class battleship Arkansas was somehow something to do with files. There's no model of it, there's nothing actually of it, just the name appeared. Are these torpedoes that heavy? The PTA-10? I should check that out again. A-10. Oh, damn, those are quite good. Yep, you could terrorize cruisers with that. Yeah, many people are assuming it would be post-refit if it's the Arkansas. I have not played Belfast, but I have faced them enough, and I know other people that have played it. That if you have a question about Belfast, I can tell you about it. And hello, Ivan. Also, you were the one that asked about the... Was it you that asked about the limbo mortars? Or was it somebody else? Yes, because I did actually reply to you in the comments that the limbo mortars on Terra Nova are rotatable, but they are funky. They don't aim easily. They're weird to aim. They don't aim at your aim point, it's weird. But they are aimable. Compared to the Whitby and the Blackpool. I think I'll leave it at that for the PR-183 for now. And play some German coastal maybe. Kind of want to work on it. Like, most of my coastal fleets are pretty well done by now. Even the Russian one. The German one, however, I really need to work on. I'll play some German ones. Yeah, they aim weird. I still have the problem where I don't actually know that many French ships. I only really know like the famous ones like the Algerie, the Dunkirk, the Richelieu class. And now they're all very cool looking, but like the destroyers, the early cruisers, all that stuff, I'm in the dark about. I'm just looking forward to having a new tree to grind in general. A new ships to learn from scratch, to identify from scratch as well. If you want to see some cruiser, you know what? Because you actually also, I can play some British cruisers if you want to. I don't have Belfast herself, but I do have all the other cruisers. So I could put a Southampton lineup. Let's just make one from scratch. So let's try and stick to 5-7. Southampton. And I'll exchange Leander for an aircraft. The Lancasters are going to be interesting next update as well. I'll put the Wyvern in there for now. And that's about it. Let's not forget to put it into realistic. And I'll just play a game with the British Southampton to show you what that's like. France does have speedy destroyers from what I know, but I don't know how it translates really. I just have to wait and see what they actually are like in game before I can really give you any verdict on those ships. It's not a bad map. It's better than having an open ocean map. That's torpedo mode modification equipped, isn't it? Oof. Yeah, the one thing you cannot compare between the Southampton and the Belfast is the survivability. The Belfast is much more fragile. Like almost comically so.
Enemy spotted. Hell, midships. Hell, midships. Aye.
No battleships. A bit of luck. Oop. Let's just keep going.
Target identified. Light cruiser.
Ferry. 2-6.
Yeah, but there's a lot of ships like that should have radar. Just don't.
Port. 15,000 meters.
Oh yeah, it's a convoy mode, isn't it? Yep.
Target identified.
That's... I don't really like shooting at these kind of ranges because I'm not a good shot at long range.
15,000 meters.
Oh yeah, the Colbert is definitely one I also know of. That should be an interesting ship if you get it. I'm already getting shot at. That's not fun.
Starboard your helm. Aye, steer starboard.
No, I still have my bridge. Just keep going. When we get into cover, we can start preparing. Is that guy firing back, I think. One more salvo before I lose the target. Or I just don't care about the target anymore. Those shells are not going for me. Let's start some repairs.
Target identified. Light cruiser.
Propulsion isn't damaged, but my fire control kind of is.
14,000 meters.
That's annoying.
Damage control to repair parties. Pump out flooded compartments.
But yeah. British. I quite like the British cruisers. Their sap is quite punchy. But I spaded the British cruisers before the zombie plague became a thing. So that's those memories are quite outdated by now.
Repair parties, begin damage control.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. I decided to want to mainly play Coastal today because I wanted to grind some Coastal trees. It's not that I have to stick to it. It's also not that often that somebody actually asks me to, like, what a certain ship plays like. I might as well show you.
Port your helm.
Aye, steer port.
Because what better evidence is there than just showing you how a ship plays? Although, it can depend on the match.
Dangerous shallows ahead.
Dangerous Shallows being the fishing boat. You know, many people say that they think London's best. I actually prefer Norfolk. I prefer Norfolk over London, and I don't know why. But back when I spaded, I liked Norfolk more than London. Not that it really matters in the long run which of the two ships you prefer, since they're pretty similar in combat capabilities. Does London have a one? I don't know the armor of the British cruisers off the top of my head. The only thing I know is that they're pretty much unarmored.
Light cruiser, port. 30.
But I remember liking Norfolk more back in the day. Again, this was before the Helena spam. Hmm, 11 kilometers is more my ballpark, but I still want to get closer.
Light cruiser, port. 11,000 meters.
2.3, what is that again?
Target identified. Light cruiser.
I think, I'm sorry to say, but British coastal in general is just painful.
11,000 meters.
The ships you want to look out for, though, actually no, 2.3 has some good ones, doesn't it? Doesn't it have the one of the dark classes or the one of the 40 in the front? Definitely get that boat. That's one of their best boats at that in general, really.
Aye, steer
But
port.
definitely that BR. Yeah, but most coastals are fragile. I guess the SGB is a bit tankier, but I don't like those pom-poms. I'd rather have a single Bofors over like two pom-poms. Especially at range. Also just the steam gunboat never really clicked with me. How to play it.
Light cruiser, port. 11,000 meters.
Yeah, the fire miles are just something you suffer through. I've spaded them literal years ago, but they are just something you have to suffer through. I was lucky that I spaded it back in the day where coastal was actually populated, so you could get a decent amount of kills in those things. But I can't imagine what it is like trying to spade those now. Let's pop some shots against the Helena. It's gonna overshoot by a country mile, and I'm already in dead zone. Do I have anything else to shoot at?
Light cruiser.
Oh, those actually hit?
10,000
I was overshooting by quite a bit.
Enemy hit.
Target identified. Light cruiser.
Bearing.
Definitely getting within range for me.
10,000 meters.
The aiming system, I've said this before, but genuinely, the system hasn't changed. The only thing that changed with the aiming is the feedback you get from the game. But the system itself is still the same, so if you're really familiar with the old system,
Near hit.
the new system shouldn't have been a problem to begin with. It's just that, yeah, different feedback you get.
Near hit.
There should be some alright hits.
Hit. Near hit.
If I can actually hit my target.
Heavy cruiser. Ahead. 3,000 meters.
Hold on.
Near hit.
I don't like that call out. I have a cruiser out in 3 kilometers. Where? Yeah. I like the green bald spot marker as well because it is... I don't know. It's something just you get used to. What was that?
6,000 meters.
Target.
Target identified.
It's that guy again that shot me at the beginning of the match. So let's fire back.
1,000 meters. Direct hit.
One thing the British cruisers definitely don't have going for them is rate of fire.
Aye, steer port.
Also, I thought that this guy shot already. Another match. It also doesn't help that that's the
Control to
light cruiser that's shooting me now.
control burning compartment.
Oh, I got so much crew.
Steer starboard.
Shells on target.
But the sap shells hit pretty hard against enemy cruisers. Luckily.
Ahead.
My elevator's been damaged, but I just want to get into cover from that light cruiser, whatever that was. Now I'm hitting an Eugen. I don't really want to draw the attention of so many ships, but oh
Damage
well.
control to repair parties. Pump out flooded compartments.
I also want to repair
Damage
my
control to station.
ammo elevator again. Luckily those were hitting the fortress. That's something as well, if you see shells going through solid objects, that's just a visual bug. Those shells shouldn't actually be shells that hit you.
7,000 meters.
I say shouldn't because you'd never know with bugs. Let's just keep going and... I kind of want to just hide behind this little outcropping here. So I can quickly either hide from these ships or hide from whatever that light cruiser up ahead is.
Target identified.
Also, I want to not actually hit the Eugen, I want to hit the Kirov I was shooting at.
7,000 meters.
Which is... somewhere. I think it actually just got sunk.
Heavy cruiser. Port. 6,000 meters.
Direct hit.
Let's just fire a few more salvos into this Eugen. And then we'll see about that light cruiser in front of me. Yeah, these semi-armor piercing shells still seem to hit pretty hard from the 6-inch guns.
Direct hit.
Hello there, chicken.
Ahead.
What am I most excited for this update?
Starboard.
Well, I think obviously the French ships,
Steer starboard.
just because it means I have new ships to grind.
Helm. Hard to starboard.
That's not good. It's a 190 with a 1-ton bomb.
Ships.
So I need to keep my anti-air alive. I also need to be concerned about what that light cruiser actually is. That seems German to me. There isn't just... there's most likely going to be two pre-order ships for France. With that one data mined Duke.
Port your helm.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce that thing. It's too much French for me. Too French for my Dutch-speaking tongue.
On target.
But it's a 1920s cruiser and a 44 refit. Pretty famous one.
Spotted on the enemy ship.
Oh yeah, that's chicken. Have you not seen the cruiser
1,000 meters.
that they've data mined? I'll show it to you when I'm done with this engagement. I need to get my routers in on the action. Trek, you know. God damn it, Trek. Dude, I know how to pronounce it as a thing, but I keep messing up. Degree Truin? I think it's too French for me to speak. Okay, that's good, but he's still diving on me. And that's the bomb. That should not be lethal. There we go. repair the flooding. Not that there's that much to deal with. I'm now being crossfired, however. I don't like that. Let's try and sink this German light cruiser as fast as possible.
Helm, midships.
I don't think I'm gonna survive this engagement, however. Oh, but he isn't either. Can I finish him off before he does to finish me off? There we go. What else is shooting me? One of the Eugens, right? Actually, several cruisers. I need to keep going forward and put this island in between us. Now that Eugen is showing an uncomfortable amount. Oh, I thought it's a boat ahead. So because I'm right next to a coastal spawn, so I'm worried about PT boats spawning. Let me actually put my AI gunners on all targets, just in case there actually is a PT boat spawning. I don't think we'll only get one DD, because actually I was reading through the chat, the text channel I had on my Discord about dev streams, you know, the Russian and English speaking ones, and somebody was saying that on the Russian stream they were saying there was going to be a second pre-order vehicle. So I'm pretty sure certain we'll see that degree through at some point next week. No, I don't think we'll see another destroyer. Like, people were looking at the teaser trailer and thinking, oh, there's a cruiser. There is no cruiser in there. No, it's not going to be a heavy cruiser. They're not going to put one of their mainline heavy cruisers as a premium. Especially something like the Algérie, I think people are saying, because that's one of the French heavy cruisers, one of the famous ones, is a one-of-a-kind ship. So they're not going to put that as a premium ship. Not a pre-order for sure. A regular premium, maybe, but not a pre-order. Pre-order ships tend to be just factory ships, but in a different fit. Yeah, that's the thing, like, we already have the cruiser pre-order, basically. It's the one in the files. There's pretty much no question about it.
Engines, all stop. Port your helm. Aye, steer port.
They might. The reload rate of the French guns isn't the best. However, what I've saw from the Eagle on the dev server isn't that bad either. It's a standard destroyer. It didn't seem too bad, it didn't seem too good. If I take one more main salvo hit, I'm done for.
Shells on target. Target identified. Heavy cruiser.
No, I don't want to shoot the heavy cruiser, I want to shoot the Helena in front of him.
Direct hit.
He's already shooting the AI ship, that's good.
We are critically damaged. Enemy hit. Enemy hit.
Oh, that guy's very low HP. So if I can get a good trade on him... If I hit the area near his front guns, I might be able to knock him out without him knocking me out. Ooh, that's a pretty alright smoke screen from the Moffat. But I took a hit.
Damage party to breach.
Yep, okay, that Helena's going down at least. I think most of the French ships are pretty good looking. It's gonna be very fun having them in game. Just something new to look at and explore. But I think we're probably not going to get Richelieu on launch, depending on how much they want to advance the technology of Top-Tier Naval. They could add... Now, I think the Richelieu is like just one step higher than something like the Bismarck. So I don't think we're going to see that with the launch of French naval forces. Dunkirk will probably see. Yeah, the Dunkirk will definitely see. I'd be surprised if he didn't. But the issue is just one step too high.
Critical damage. Damage party to breach.
Target identified. Light cruiser.
Bearing 220. 3,000 meters. Direct hit.
Again, I'm not too familiar with the French classes. I know them I know some of them by name, but I don't know the specifics of them. It's just like I should work on it, but at the same time, I might as well just wait and see what we'll get. I just get familiar with them that way.
We are
Engines all stop.
shells on target.
Can load the VT just to knock out the main guns on that Emden. They'll most likely release it. Well, I know that's part of the same question asked before. Yeah.
Critical damage. Damage party to breach. Direct hit.
There is indeed repairs to be done.
To stations. Target identified. Light cruiser.
Bearing 200. 5,000. Enemy hit.
But yeah, I think we're all pretty excited for the French Navy.
Engines all stop.
We just have to wait one update more.
Repair station. We are critically damaged.
The secondaries on Dreadnought. I'll have to double check in the hangar. 'Cause I'm not entirely sure what you mean. If you're talking about like the circles you have when you see the secondary armament, it's probably because the Dreadnought only has 8 of them on a broadside. But I'll double check in the hangar. But I do have to get back to coastal boats after this match.
Critical damage. Damage party to breach. Shells on target. Shells on target.
I'm at a bad angle for this destroyer because I can't. That's the one kind of problem with SAPU.
Direct hit.
It's kind of short fuse, you can't penetrate deep into enemy ships, so if you see a bow on destroyer like this, you can't knock them out fully with just a sap. You have to get a little bit to the broadside so you can pen engines and stuff.
Direct hit.
It seems like it's a victory.
Target destroyed. Target on fire.
Target
Ooh,
identified.
there's the enemy
Light cruiser.
light cruiser, and I think
180.
he's heading towards me.
Near hit.
The Swedish Navy is weird though. I see a lot of people asking for Swedish ships, but what do they actually have for a navy? Again, I don't know a lot about the Swedish Navy, so I just have no clue. Like what destroyers, cruisers, battleships, if any,
Shells on target.
like what do they actually have? I mean, of course, the modern destroyers is very famous. The coastal battleships are very famous. Also, that Nuremberg finished me off, but I don't care. Match is over anyways.
To repair parties. Restore water.
And I got that kill anyways.
All hands. All hands.
They had dreadnoughts, but yeah, again, okay, they have dreadnoughts, but what beyond that? I think I'll just leave the match. The match is won pretty much, and I just wanted to showcase the Southampton. So HMS Dreadnought, I was going to check out in the hangar for the secondary guns. But I think it probably only has just 8 per side. Where is Dreadnought? There she is. So you have 3, 4. I don't even. Are those secondary guns or are those AA guns? I don't know. Let me remove that camo because it's very difficult to see. Yeah, I think that's just the amount of secondaries you have on the broadside of Dreadnought. There's not that many of them. So those are the A guns and those are second. Actually, can I? Yeah, those are auxiliary. They're not secondary. Those, oh, there's two of... No, there's not two stacked on top of each other. Yeah, I think just Dreadnought just doesn't have a lot of secondaries. By the looks of it. Oh, they're all 76. Weird. But well, back to Coastal. I was going to Germany. Oh, hold on, actually, no, I was going to... Was it chicken, I think you said that you... Yeah, the French cruiser, that's right. You didn't see that one yet. Let me find it again. Where I kept it. The French cruiser, there we go. Let me move that over there. And you should... Hold on. You should be seeing it now. This cruiser. That's the cruiser that was found in the files on the dev server. And most likely going to be the pre-order cruiser. So it is 8, so 2/3 in the front, 2/3 in the rear of 6-inch guns. And she has a modernized anti-air refit with 20 mils, 40 mils, just scattered all around. I think that's an image somewhere else. Yeah, here. That's the anti-air refit we think that model is in. So yeah, 20 mils, 20 mils, a few 40s. I think, yeah, it's probably going to be 5.3 at most. But if it's any higher than 5.3, that's going to be just a war crime. But now, back to the game. And into a queue. Personally, I think that that cruiser is going to be a 5.0 and not a 5.3. But it's really weird. Like, what rank is it? That's basically what's going to be the biggest question. If it's a rank 4, it's probably going to be 5.3. If it's a rank 3, it's definitely going to be a 5.0. I just don't know. Not a bad map for coastals. I say not a bad map, but it kind of is a bad map for coastals. It's a very good map for destroyers, but oh well. Perch. I'll check that out again. I'll double check that. Uses Hocumus for everybody. What do you mean? I really need to get it, but God, I don't like the American coastal grind. It's so difficult to get. A PJ took it there. Damn it. I think I have to use a punch mode against a PJ2. The 88s don't quite have the firing arc. The 20 mils have it any better. Oop, somebody subscribed, thank you for that. Let's see who it was. I really should have a... Yeah. I have little preview windows of my streams, but they're too small for me to actually read who subscribes. So I'm very sorry for that. But thank you for subscribing nonetheless. There we go. Okay, let's say enemy PC2 has already got sunk. If this is one of your favorite coastal maps, I don't think you've seen an actual coastal map. Because your favorite coastal map should be the pure coastal maps. They're an absolute blast. I mean, if you like this map, good for you. I don't really like it. Okay, I'm on fire. I'm really ashamed of what they've done with Coastal, to be honest. It's... I'm still a very much an opponent of the naval split. I just don't like how they executed it. Oh well. Too late to cry about the naval split, I guess. Well, this map seems to have a healthy dose of coastal vessels, so that's good. I still don't like it. I still don't like how they split the trees. It was a much better way to get people just into the Blue Water Fleet. And to split them entirely. Like, ships like the AFD used to be very fun coastal vessels. Nowadays they're just useless, because they're just too slow. Yeah, San Francisco Bay. I thought I liked the map. It is actually pretty fun. If it's a coastal match, that's a pretty fun map. But with Destroyer, it's just such an awkward map for blue water ships. It's like they wanted to design a coastal map, but realized that coastal maps just are incredibly rare. I mean, on ships I'm not sure, but Chicken, don't you remember the event vehicle we had not that long ago? With the French floatplane. I didn't have that floatplane, sadly. I didn't get it. Because I was, it was one of those star events, wasn't it? I just don't like playing aircraft. I don't really like playing things other than naval excessively. Can I sink this vessel already? There we go. Mix up from the rear, I'm aware. Okay. Really racking up the damage. But I can't really fight back against that thing. Yeah, that's also the other thing. My French tree is quite poor at the moment, especially its air tree. Same with Italy, really. And I really need to work on those air trees so I can actually use them in naval. That's bold launching all 4 torpedoes like that. Okay. Let's seriously get all the guns on target. That S-100 in the rear is going to most likely finish me off. That's just something I'll have to deal with later. Oh, okay, we're safe behind a cargo ship. What do we have here? Ooh, okay, 7. That's also something on the Battle Pass challenge. Well, actually, I'll talk about it when I'm back in the hangar. There's a Battle Pass challenge where you have to play or finish, what is it, 5 matches in Sub Chasers? The Japanese 2.3 Sub Chaser lineup is perfect for the challenge. Let's turn out so I can maybe get that irradiating in the action. And there we go. I have a backup, but I'm not going to use it. I don't think that's necessary in this fight anymore. We dealt with the one that was flanking, that's good. A pretty dominant map position for there still being so many enemies. I am not complaining. Where starboard? 4,000 meters. No. I keep forgetting what port and starboard is, but I think starboard is right. Right hand side. Enemy aircraft, but it's N1K float plane. It should not be able to land with that thing on the cap. And there's an AI PT boat up ahead. This battle is already pretty much over. He managed to bomb it, that's good. And there's the enemy destroyer. Let's see if we can get closer. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. It's just that in Dutch we have a different word for port. But although starboard and the Dutch word is the same, it's just that the port is different and kind of confuses me every now and then. That's something that's going to be very fun if we ever get Dutch ships, is that voiceover. Ooh. I wonder if we actually ever will get Dutch ships, because they're quite interesting. Zeven Provinciën being that cruiser is quite, you know, it's famous enough to be a thing, really. Be a ship they could add, or should add. God, this gun is quite a shotgun. That's one of the zombies, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, the K2 is already Dutch, but that's a Dutch ship that got commandeered by the Germans, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I would personally, if you were to add the Dutch, I would put them in the French tree as well. I don't think you need to add them to the British, because the British already have enough cruisers and stuff like that. But it could be a good thing to add to the French. Like, genuinely. I do not... well... no, I don't have the Köln and Lübeck. Again, the lineup I just played is the highest BR stuff I have. I don't have it. Coastal Fleet, actually, yeah. That's my Coastal Fleet. I really want to get the Köln because it's a very nice looking frigate. But yeah. Yeah, it is weird. I always like messing with English speakers by pronouncing the Dutch G, because it's just a sound you don't have in English. I always love doing that. The thing is, it shouldn't sound that foreign. It's just that the accent doesn't sound... like... as a Dutch speaker, German doesn't sound too different from... Dutch, because I can mostly understand what the German voiceovers are saying. It's just that the accent sounds so odd compared to most other languages. But yeah, more German coastal. I'm not gonna say it because the thing is, I don't. Actually, people say I have a kind of Dutch accent, but I don't have a Dutch accent because I'm not Dutch. I'm Belgian. So my accent is different still. But that's also another reason I kind of want to see the Dutch ships, because then it would be a quote-unquote foreign ship I could actually be able to pronounce properly. Compared to something like that French cruiser called... Like, I've heard how it's pronounced, and I can pronounce it that way as well, but man, does it break my mouth. Actually, this is good for the AFD because the caps are pretty close. Russian coastal is solid. Yeah, the new Canadian ship, the Terra Nova, is going to suck. With it only having VT fused high explosive, that is not sufficient for a frigate. I thought it was going to be alright, but playing with on a dev server, yeah, no, that thing just doesn't do any damage to destroyers. Like, even reserve destroyers, it just doesn't do any damage. Which is a real shame, because it does look like a cool frigate. But yeah. Should be a very good anti-air frigate as well with those turrets. And it's also the only frigate with an actual properly functioning limbo mortar compared to the other two, so that's also a bit of a shame for it to then have bad guns. Oh well. It should, but it doesn't. Yeah, if it does get the APHE bots like the Japanese, then it should be fine. Although with the very restricted turret angles, it might be a bit awkward. But at least it would have something. I got a ping on my Discord server, so I'm just gonna check that out. 1 second. Oh, I was going to show the Japanese lineup, wasn't I? For that task. Yeah, I'll show it next time. Yeah, the AFDs really aren't what they used to be. They used to be very dangerous ships back in the day. But now they're just not, because they're slow. Again, I'm having decent matchmaking though. With like half-filled matches with AIs that are actual coastal vessels. For that I think I'm gonna need 20 yak. Those Japanese frigates are really good. Like, yeah, Russian coastal is really solid, but you shouldn't ignore the other coastal lines. Oh, speaking of AFDs, I'm going to put my AI targeting on that ship, and I'm gonna try and finish that guy off with the 88. To the rear a bit more. There we go. Now, how do I deal with that guy? I think I'm gonna turn broadside. Just like he is turning broadside, I'll turn broadside. And just hope that I can outgun him. Come on, I can win this fight. I can win this fight. Surely. There we go. Only barely. I see some chat messages rolling in, but I'll read them later once I'm out of dodge. Assist is fine. Okay, what did I miss?
Einen Steuerbord.
Aye, Ruder hat Steuerbord.
Reparaturstation!
There's a French Lancaster in the data mine? Hmm. That'd be a bit odd.
Ruder auf Null.
Aye, Ruder auf Null.
Yeah. They're adding a new German boat this update as well. So, a bit mediocre. Seeing as it's just a brave borderer but with L70 Bofors.
Rot. Voraus. 1000 Meter.
Reparaturstation! Wir sind schwer beschädigt!
Yeah. So the track, what you're saying is that the front gun turret on the Terra Nova doesn't have AP shells, right? Ooh boy, that's not something I want to face right now. Half of the damage I have. Yeah, that's what I thought. That was a pretty alright run on that AFD though, but I'm going to use the backup. Is the candidate a sub-chaser by designation? Then yes. I don't know off the top of my head, but if it is by designation, it should count. You just have to finish a match in one though, is the problem. So if you want to just play a match and not have to be too worried about, oh, I need to jet out in this ship and spawn that one, play the Japanese one if you have it. Oh, is the candidate a motor gunboat, really? Well, doesn't count then. That's lame.
Steuerbord.
Aye, Steuerbord, Steuer.
But I heavily recommend the Japanese 2.3 lineup. Because it has 3 sub-chasers and they're all 3 pretty good. Type K8 is a bit less so, but you can just use the 25s as your main gun. MZ1. A ship that looks pretty potent on paper, until you realize that it doesn't have the complex damage model. It just gets shredded by any small caliber fire heading its way.
Feindliche Neigung und Geschwindigkeitsverlust. Direkter Treffer!
I mean, another option is as well, if you don't have a lineup of sub-chasers, which might be a bit scummy, is you just one-spawn them. Which is a bit... I'm not the biggest fan of people one-spawning in a game where you only have 3 spawns to begin with. But if it's to do the battle pass task, just do it. Nobody's really going to care. Come on, shoot that Stuka down. Come on. I think Hans needs retraining. The one problem with the M1 is it has that automatic 37 in the front, and that thing shreds. And the problem with that 37 is it has no reload time. Like, genuinely no reload. So it'll just keep on shredding you until you knock it out first, like that. And now I should have the upper hand to actually finish him off. Unless he repairs it again. That German 37, they need to do something about it. Because that is not normal by this game's standards. Shoot. Come on. The fact that I said it the past few weeks as well, but I am still working on the German destroyer reviews. And that automatic 37, man, is nuts. It doesn't have an overheat mechanic on it. It's... Oh... where was it? It was over there, I think, and I think it just sunk. Let's take the V990 over to sea.
Victory will surely be ours.
But that is, yeah. That automatic German 37 is such a good gun.
Motoren, Höchstgeschwindigkeit.
I would almost rate it better than the Bofors gun just because of the higher rate of fire. It doesn't have AP. Does it have AP? I don't remember. So... That German 37 makes whatever boat it's on one of the best boats in the lineup. Like there's one R boat with it and one S boat with it. Those two are the best R and S boats in the 3 by far, just because of that 37. And I'm shocked that they haven't added an overheat mechanic to that gun.
Boot. Steuerbord. 1000 Meter.
Kampfstationen, Feind gesichtet. Ziel identifiziert. Boot.
160! 2000 Meter!
Motoren, ein Drittel.
Feindliche Krängung und Geschwindigkeitsverlust!
I don't remember these guns being this inaccurate on the dev server when they were added.
Ziel
I guess
identifiziert.
they are.
Boot.
180! 2000 Meter!
Like, I'm pretty sure these anti-air guns aren't this inaccurate on the ground-based vehicles with these guns. Ah, there's target in front, isn't it?
Steuerung bestätigt! Das Schiff ist außer Kontrolle!
Okay. Still going to die though, because... Come on, ray gun, get on target.
Kontrolle. Rettete Abteile unter Kontrolle bringen.
Alle Mann! Wir sind schwer beschädigt worden! Feind vernichtet!
Yes, it is that 37. It's the same 37 you see on the ground vehicles for Germany. I'm just capturing A, but that's no problem because we're about to capture C.
Reparaturtrupp. Schadenskontrolle beginnen.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Boot. Backbord. 2000 Meter.
Motoren, volle Kraft rückwärts.
220! 4000
Oh,
Meter! Alle
that's
Mann!
not good.
Wir sind schwer beschädigt worden!
Ruder hart, Backbord.
Ein Ruder hart Backbord.
Motoren,
Well, I think it's the same gun at least. Yes, the torps do launch out of the back, like on some reserve boats.
Boot. Steuerbord. 3000 Meter.
But yeah, they launch out the back, but they go forward immediately. It's not like on the Albatross gunboats that they make a weird turn. They just
Ruder auf
launch
Null.
the rear and just immediately travel forwards. You know, like that.
Kein Feind in Sicht. Kampfgebiet frei. Mission beendet.
But yeah. And I didn't want to get into queue immediately. Research is so very slow though with these coastals. Like, that was an alright match, but it's just... Ooh, my AFD is actually almost spaded. I didn't realize that. That's good. That's very good. Then I don't have to really play that ship anymore. Replace it with Christian der Grosse. Nice. Very nice chicken. I should actually clean my computer up again as well. I haven't done it in quite a while. Yeah, same. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I've got a free day tomorrow, and I'm thinking of doing a lot of cleaning up and maintenance in my room. Oh yeah, hold on. What I did for this one. This is the lineup I used. Just these three ships. Excellent lineup for doing the battle task. Which one was it again? No, it was this one. Where you have to do sub chasers. This lineup is just ideal for it. Because they're just, all three of them are sub chasers, so you don't even have to do too well in them. You just have to play 5 matches in them. That's it. I think you have to be careful that you don't spawn the plane last, though. So if you're thinking of spawning an aircraft, do it before you spawn the last boat, but I'm not too sure. Because I didn't finish any of the matches in planes, sorry. But yeah, that went pretty smoothly. Like the bombers and strike aircraft, I just played in realistic. SPA was a bit annoying though. I did that in arcade. Because then you actually get a decent amount of activity done by just shooting at those aircraft. The light tanks is just playing light tanks. I think, yeah, the light tanks I used to Chaffee. Specifically the Japanese Chaffee, because the Japanese Chaffee is a rank 3. That's a ton of fun. To just, like, a Chaffee with a backup and that's it. I just played 3 arcade matches, that was it. All in all, that task was actually pretty easy to do. This one, however, I'm not looking forward to. Because you need to get a surface kill, a air kill, and a cap. And that is not easy to do. But I was playing Coastal. Dark Grass, yes, but the thing is that's not a sub-chaser. Is it? Let me actually look at the British sub-chasers. So, they're rank 2, so they don't count. So everything with a full colored triangle is a sub-chaser. That isn't, though. Okay. It's just a motor gunboat. Peacock is one. So technically if you're playing Peacock for some reason, or you're playing Orla, that works. That's like it, that's all you can use. The Russians could use... What could they use? Pretty much nothing. The 201 you could use. I think in both of those sub-chasers, but that's 3-7 and 3-3, that's also not a good BR for that. Yeah. Then you have tons of frigates. Germany has M17, and that's it. So have fun with that, or the M82 of course. And America has nothing to use for this task that I can see. Yep. Yeah. M82, yeah, it is. I feel dirty though. I hate that boat. Like that was the bane of everybody playing Coastal when it was introduced. Kind of in a similar way how the K2 used to be absolutely atrocious to fight against. But yeah. Getting close to Christian der Grosse though. I'm looking forward to that boat because it also has that rapid fire 37 in the front. So that should be a pretty good boat. And just, you know, AFD3, I don't know, the 105s might be fun. Like, don't feel guilty about buying like a high-tier coastal premium, because it is genuinely the most efficient way to actually get to the fun, to just get coastal ships. Don't feel guilty about it. I completely understand why you would want to get the M802, because it is a rank 4 premium, and you can get all of these very interesting boats with it. Definitely not a bad purchase. But do know that people will despise you for it. Like, if I had the money to just spend on these premiums, I would get M802 as well. But I don't mind the spading process too much. I'll just stay where I am. Yeah, like, that's exactly what you should do with those kind of premiums, just grind to the top tier stuff. Getting Pure 2.6 is a strong boat, the Albatross is alright. Jaguar is good, Hugin is good, the next one is going to be pretty good. Köln is pretty fun as well. Yeah. Al-70 Bofors definitely slap other coastal vessels. And they're adding another coastal vessel of Al-70 Bofors to Germany. The Pfeil, or I don't know how you pronounce it in German, but the Arrow. Nick, do you remember that I grinded out the Japanese tree before the naval split? So that is something I cannot compare to nowadays. Like the British coastal tree to where I am now and the Japanese coastal tree to where I am now, I grinded both of those before the naval split. Most of the American tree also grinded before the naval split. So it's just, I don't even know how grinding that from zero even works nowadays. I think I actually grinded the Italians post-split, and they were quite alright. Jaguar was one of the originals, so that's fine. But I do also think that the fire is a bit unneeded. It's not a bad boat by any respect. The torpedoes aren't even that bad. Also, I'm going the entirely wrong way for this boat, but oh well. I've already set my course.
Ruder Steuerbord.
Aye, Steuerbord steuern.
Yeah. I mean, if I were to recommend boats to grind with, though, it's the Type T38. The Type 5 isn't too bad if you use 20 mils. The Type T38 is blast with a 25. There's one of a dual 20 mil. Is it? I want to say the Hago, but that's kind of meh. I think there's another one of a dual 20 mil. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the early Japanese coastal isn't too bad. Just like the Sokoteis and the Type T1, skip those. They're just for the enthusiasts.
Kampfstationen. Feind gesichtet.
Gefährliche Untiefen voraus!
Yeah, exactly. Cringe. It's just a side grade to the Hugin. It's not a bad ship in any respect, but it's just not needed.
Aye, Ruder auf Null.
Gefährliche Untiefen voraus!
Ruder hart.
SF-40 heavy, 2 of them. Okay then. That is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think I'm going to need the 20s for that job.
Ruder Backbord.
Aye, Backbord steuern.
Oh, do they rotate faster? And that's a Litchfield, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. I was kind of hoping we didn't face. We don't have any destroyers, they do, that's not good. One SF-40 heavy got destroyed, that's good. Yeah, that could be... Well, like, sure, a poster Fletcher wouldn't be bad. Well, it's a Fletcher, of course it wouldn't be bad. But I don't really want to see copy-paste Fletchers in all threes. It's just like, they don't really need another destroyer. Yeah, the Hamburg could be pretty cool.
Ziel identifiziert.
Yeah, pretty much, Nick. The Sherman is the Fletcher is just the Sherman of the sea. Especially with how many of the damn buggers they made of them. Oh, the Brentford and the... I forgot what the name of the other one is, but those are very dangerous ships ever since they got the damage model upgrade. Also, there's nothing I can do against the Litchfield, so I'm just resigned to my fate.
Reparaturtrupp. Schadenskontrolle beginnen.
Yeah, of course, destroyers are pretty much the most fun you can have anyways. It's just, I don't really want to see more Fletchers. Especially when the nation doesn't really need them. But as I already said, I am making a video on the German destroyers. They're pretty good. They're actually just fine destroyers. Although I do find their, which one is it again? Z40 something? Their 4.7 to 128 is a bit weird. Oh, it's just okay for me. We got a full up there, I think, and we don't have the higher tier vessels. Liscombe, that's the one. Thank you, Philip. Brantford and Liscombe. Because there's a Gabbiano there, there's a Litchfield over there. Ooh, Phoenix has joined me. In the Hago. That's a Forlaga even. Ooh, even better. What's the speed of these torps again? A whopping 126, that's fine. Because I think I might have to use them.
Gefährliche Untiefen voraus!
Ruder Steuerbord.
The Brantford and Liscombe, after they got that damage model upgrade, are incredible destroyers. Sub chasers, not destroyers. They're incredible ships. Palaga is being a menace by the looks of it.
Kampfstationen. Feind gesichtet. Ziel
My
identifiziert.
gun is not stable. Hold on. What the hell are you doing?
Motoren. Volle
Okay, I need to torpedo the flag. Quick, quick. I need to torpedo that thing as well. No, I don't need to torpedo that thing. I need to torpedo the flag as well. Oh, come on. Oh, both TD2 got knocked out. And I got bombed, okay. Do have backup. But I think I'm gonna use a plane first.
Alle Mann! Krieg ist der Auftrieb!
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is
Ooh.
close. Enemy forces have captured
Now the Bienpin, that sounds pretty interesting, yeah. Does it lose the front or the rear gun for the Wiz? Let's drop them single if we can. Flag is over there. Gonna try and bomb the Verlaga with these 500 kilo bombs. I think the Stuka is already going for him as well. But Stuka seems to be... Oh, Verlaga got detonated, I think. Stuka switch target to the PT boat. It's the same. He's also got bombed. What is this pal over here? Bomb away, but it's already dead. Never mind. That Stuka just sunk everything before I got the chance to. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. I don't know if it's possible to post links in the YouTube chat. I'm not sure. I don't think I've put any restrictions on it, but I'm not sure if people can just post links. Good, if you can post a link, feel free to. I'll check it out after this battle.
Hi, Backbordsteuer.
Aircraft's up. Stand. That was out of range.
Ruder auf Null.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Hi, Ruder auf Null.
Yeah, it might be no, but it's not something I can. Yeah, I didn't even see you post a link, to be honest. I think it's just something that's default blocked on YouTube chats for safety reasons. And I don't know if I can disable that. I'll definitely look into it in the future, but yeah. There are very good reasons, I know. I know. I remember the early days where you had these bots spamming with very questionable usernames. The Gotland. I'll look it up after the after this battle. That definitely sounds like an interesting ship. It could be fun event. I'm going to screenshot that. Nice. There we go. Let's not question the sky hull. Let's just not question the sky hull. Ooh boy, what's that? Let's shield, let's shield. Also, there are mines in the cap. I kind of want to save the torpedo for when I'm closer. Also, his guns are pointing the completely wrong direction. Why are you not looking at the cap? Oh, never mind, that gun is looking straight at me. One torpedo away. Let's try and get closer. And keep an eye on the torpedo lead indicator to see if he's changing course. Luckily this guy doesn't seem to be too knowledgeable on how to aim at ships close range. He doesn't seem to have changed his course at all either. Mine warning, but he shouldn't be in front of me. And my torpedo did hit. Torpedo did hit, but didn't sink him. And he hull broke me. Damn. Oh well, return to hangar, and I'll look up that ship. What was it? I'll just copy paste that. Just making sure that my internet tab just won't open on its own. Go. Oh, I see. It also seems to have a missile launcher in later refits on the rear of the ship. That could be a cool. That could be like a cool event ship or even a battle pass ship. I don't know. Things I like funny meme ships, especially ones that don't seem to have any purpose. But at the same time, those would be a pain to spade. Victory, that's good. Yeah, I did next to nothing in the AFD. So close to getting it spaded though. Lord Clive. Is that the one of the 18-inch gun, Lord Clive? Or is that the one of the dual 15-inch gun? There are so many ships to get out to this game that could genuinely actually be fun and good additions. There's still quite a few Japanese cruisers I'd like to see as well. Wait, this thing... Oh, carries that charges, okay. I am tempted to carry depth charges on the AFD1 just for self-defense, because people like rushing stuff like AFDs. If they're in a small, fast PT boat.
Voraus. 3000 Meter.
Kampfstationen, Feind gesichtet.
Is that guy dropping his mines in his own spawn? Okay. Why not? I'm also, unironically, starting to actually carry depth charges with me on my destroyers. Just for the eventuality that we'll actually see submarines, to already just be used to having them on the ship. Although that might be a bit too tinfoil hat. You know, a bit too optimistic. But there is still a lot of different ways you can go with naval. The only problem is I'm kind of bored with battleships already. Even though we still have to see the biggest and baddest battleships of them all. I'm just kind of bored of them. Although there are quite a few battleships I'd actually still like to see. There's the French battleships like the Richelieu. But like the British battleships like Nelson and King George V, I really want to see. Especially the Nelson. I think the Nelson would actually be a pretty good ship as well. That's 102mm gun hurts. I want to knock it out. Okay. There we go. I'm probably just gonna stick behind these rocks though and hide in cover. I do not think I'm gonna win a fight against... Okay, what is shooting me? Yeah. Ooh, look at that. boats around.
Motorrad, voller Kraft zurück! Ruder, halt, Steuerbord! Ruder auf Null!
Yeah, I know that they're definitely an explosive hazard, but they're not that dangerous. Or like, I haven't. It's been a long time since I've been detonated because of depth charges, especially on destroyers. What is it? Ah, it's a Matsuki, oh boy. Oh yeah, the Nanohi is definitely not the best ship. That was expectable. But stuff I'd love to see is... Well, on the destroyer front there isn't much to add anymore. We pretty much, including the event ships, we have everything. We have every major subtype of Japanese destroyer. However, a Yugumo or... What's that other pretty relatively famous one? Like the tier 9 in World of Warships, I think. What is it called? But it's something similar to a Yugumo, but with a late war anti-air refit I'd love to see. So an actual Tech 3 Japanese destroyer that isn't the Akazuki that has anti-air would be nice. The cruiser front, I have a small wish list of cruisers I want to see. Like, the Nishin is a cruiser I'd love to see, although those 140s are pretty useless nowadays. The Nishin is not specifically an anti-air version, but just a late war Japanese destroyer. Kagero, that's the one cringe. Kagero or Kagero, I don't know. But a ship like that, but with actual anti-air fit, or what would be an anti-air fit for a Japanese destroyer, anyways. Because that's what you kind of miss in the Japanese destroyer Tech 3, ships of anti-air. The only ship with actual anti-air is Yakazuki. Of course, how much you can call... Oh, that guy's getting torpedoed, isn't he? I'm gonna hold my fire until see what those torpedoes are doing. Nope, they missed. Jeez. But yeah, just like some Japanese 5-inch destroyer of anti-air in the Tech 3 would be good. For cruisers, the Nishin, which has 3 dual 140mm turrets, like you see in the Yubari, on the front. It's like a seaplane tender. That's definitely a cruiser I want to see. Kitakami, for the obvious memes, which would be a pretty bad cruiser in realistic, but a pretty terrifying one in arcade. Then the other light cruiser I'd love to see would be Oyodo. That's actually that's the ship I want to have. Just because it has the secondary guns, it has a 100mm gun, and I love that anti-air gun. When it comes to heavy cruisers, the Takao class is severely underrepresented, with preferably both a regular Takao and a Maya in the anti-air refit. Miyoko we already have now with the premium version. Which is definitely a cruiser I also wanted to see, but that's, yeah. So there's still quite a few ships the Japanese could have as destroyer and cruiser wise. Yeah, but I don't think those are real. I think the Kitakaze was like the only one that was like planned to be produced. But the one of 5 turrets just isn't real. Aragumo I think is not real. I could be wrong. I'm not too familiar with these like project ships. But I don't think Haragumo is real. And Kitakaze doesn't offer much difference over the Akazuki. I think the only difference is the torpedo launcher, isn't it? But I think I'd love to see the Maya, the Takao class with that in the anti-air refit. Would be a very nice... I mean, at this point you can't really have another premium heavy cruiser, so a Tech 3 cruiser or an advanced cruiser would be pretty good for that. And Kitakami is definitely one I just want to see. Just for the memes. Because you can't go wrong with 40 long lances. Surely. Also, the Nenohi on the dev server has long lances. And I could have sworn that on the dev blog they said it wouldn't have long lances. Which is weird to me. I hear aircraft engines and I don't like that. Okay, there.
Reparaturtrupps an die Schadenskontrolle! Geflutete Abteile ausbuchen!
Yes, that can be a fun April Fool's event. That's another thing actually. In a month's time we'll have the April Fool's event again. Ibuki, yes, but Ibuki isn't that basically just a Mogami? With... Is there anything different with the Ibuki compared to the Mogami? Other than of course the fact that the Ibuki was supposed to be laid down with the 203s. I think it has like stability improvements and stuff like that over the Mogamis, but other than that, I don't know what the... Also, the Ibuki was later converted into a carrier, wasn't it? The actual hull of it. Does it have the 100 mils? Then I definitely want to see it. I am a fanboy of the Japanese 100mm guns. I love those guns. But compared to the 127s I have for NTR dual purpose duty, the 100mm is just better. I love that gun. Like sometimes when I'm really bored, I still take the Akazuki out in custom battles and use those 100mm with TF rounds, and it's just so much fun. I love that gun. I didn't want to say it, but I'm kind of suspecting another submarine April Fool's thing with all the data on it. It seems weird that they would. Because all the code and stuff and the voice lines definitely hint towards World War II submarines. As it would be strange to have like a second completely different submarine event. Yeah. Ibuki is definitely eligible, definitely. And if it has the 100mm and an improved AI loadout, I definitely would love to see it as well. Backup vehicles, that's nice. Crawling closer to the AFD being spaded. Crawling closer to it. There is also one ship I would love to see for the Japanese tree, but it probably will never get added, and that's B-65. Because that thing just has a full Akazuki as a broadside for NTR purposes. Was it part of the tech tree selection or part of the control stuff? Because the submarine controls have been a thing ever since the April Fool's event. Yeah. Submarines and aircraft carriers both live in my head rent-free. But at least they'd be interesting. Lexington battle cruiser configuration is definitely possible. Definitely possible. As well are the Kaga and Tosa class ships as well. They're very much possible in their battleship and battlecruiser configuration. Actually no, Kaga and Tosa is the same ship. It's Amagi and Kaga/Tosa. Was there really a submarine tech tree tab? Could you, Term, are you on Discord? Because if you are, I would love to see an image of that. And maybe a date as well from when it was. Or even if you just have it, like, if you know what dev stream it was and what timestamp. Yeah, I know what you mean. You mean these tabs. Hey, a coastal only map, and this is a game mode you so rarely see, and I love actually having the chance to show it on a stream, because I love this game mode. Although preferably in a faster boat than an AFD, but I love this map. I love these game modes because it's just coastal and it's a very fast-paced game mode. I'm excited by the fact that I actually managed to get this on a stream. I'm gonna activate my tow cable. Maybe somebody wants to tow me. I will. This is so rare to see it. That's BR for coastal. It really is. But because when you see this map, you know it's only coastals. Because there is no destroyer spawn point. And that is a 4-man coastal squad. That's good to see. Yeah, the V990 would definitely be the better choice to spawn, but I really want to spade this boat. So I'll just spade it first. For anybody watching the stream that is not familiar with this game mode, I don't know, did Grand Battles ever have this type of game mode? I don't remember. But what you have to do is if you capture a capture point, the tickets will start to bleed. If you capture both points, a third point will unlock, and if you capture the third point, you instantly win. It usually never really comes down to capturing the third point, because ticket bleed is really fast in this game mode. Because that's just how coastal matches are, they're really fast. This is a fun game mode if you're starting playing naval and you run into these matches. They're so much fun in coastal. Yeah, you'll see how quick the ticket bleed actually is. Like you can just visibly see it crawling back with each tick. There is also a real possibility that I'll just not be fast enough to get into the battle with this map. Ooh, somebody offers me a tow. Can I attach to him? Can I attach to him? I cannot attach to him. I attached to him, hold on. There we go. Please tow me. I did not attach to him, hold on. There we go. I'm already going faster than usual.
Our victory is near.
Yeah, I'm just too slow to actually be of use in this match. I think if it's one cap each, yeah, both tickets just start bleeding. Also, the ticket bleed stops, which is a bit of a shame.
Ziel identifiziert. Boot. Meinung. 109. 4000 Meter.
Rock's not rendering properly, I see. Hey, that's a kill, good.
Unbeschädigt.
Boot, voraus! 2000 Meter.
He is towing me ever so slowly forward. But I'm going faster than I normally would be. Oh well. I'm still holding hope that we'll see submarines maybe pretty soon. Carriers is a long shot away, and I am very much aware of that. But submarines,
2000 Meter.
are shockingly close, I think. And they like, the thing with submarines as well is I think that no matter how you implement them, they're fine and realistic, but they could be rather annoying in arcade with the way that torpedoes work in arcade. I'm really glad this guy helped me though, even though it really didn't do anything for him.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Boot! Voraus! 4000 Meter.
I mean, yeah. Also, it's just eventually they'll have to get to submarines. Even if it takes like 5 years, they'll have to get there eventually. Because you'll add every single battleship you can possibly add. Ooh, that's not good. He's going to get captured by in no time.
Feind von Granaten getroffen!
And yeah,
Feindliche Krängung und Geschwindigkeitsverlust!
I think I'm going to break the toe here. Let the guy free to do his own thing. And yep, see, captured, instantly win.
Feind vernichtet.
Yeah, V990 would have definitely been the better choice on this map, but oh well. That's the thing. I think submarines would actually do best in coastal game modes if they have a DAC gun. Because what I imagine you do as a submarine captain on a coastal map is you just stay on the surface and use that gun. Especially if it's an automatic gun or something of the like. And most coastal maps still have capture points in deeper-ish water, where you could, I think, realistically submerge your entire submarine. It's just that 1 or 2 capture points might be in shallow water and then you'd have to surface. I think, actually, do I still have that user mission working? Oh, it is actually Spade AFD1, that's nice. The thing is, those are not scout planes. The I-400, the I-400 actually carried dive bombers. Yeah. Let me see if I have it in my user missions still. It should still work. Yes. There was this great guy, right, that made a user mission with a fully user-made World War II submarine model. Oh, I don't have the link in the description because I didn't think I was going to do this. Also, I have to mute the voices because they're just going to say the same thing over and over again. But yeah, somebody made this. As you can, if you look at the scale of them, assuming that this guy made this model to scale accurately, it is bottoming out on this map, but Fiji is also a pretty shallow map. And this is also the shallow part of the coastal area. If I can move forward. So you'd use, like, I think this ship just has the 88 on the front. It's a very, well, it's not the smallest target for coastal vessels to hit, but assuming that, I think submarines could just work on the surface against coastal vessels for the most time. It has an X-ray, yes. The guy that made this is really talented. He's made several user models, and he's currently working on an AC-130 model. I keep forgetting his name because it's a pretty difficult name to pronounce. But I think... if you go to War Thunder Live, I think I follow him on War Thunder Live. So if you go to my account on War Thunder Live and then look at my follows, I think you'll find him. Yeah, he's currently making an AC-130, and I think... yeah, that's ascending. Submarines would be so cool. They really would be. Yeah, this guy really did a lot of effort in making this work with the submarine controls we had from the April Fool's event. because it's such an amazing model to just have function. It is... Oh, oh no, not my connection. It is very possible that this user mission will no longer work in the next update. And I so hope that's not going to be the case. But we'll have to see. Yeah, it's such a lovely model. And also the torpedo tubes actually open with sound effects. It also drops a mine at the same time, and I can't really do anything about it, but yeah. Such a cool model. But anyways, back to more coastal shenanigans. Yeah, he couldn't do it perfectly. He really did. He had to, from what I saw from his updates, is no, you can't use the periscope because that's not a feature. Thing is, he literally just used the submarine controls from that one April Fool's event years ago, put a user model on it, and had to botch the controls. The original April Fool's event didn't have any periscope controls, so that's not a thing. The original April Fool's event didn't have guns on the submarine, so that isn't a mechanic that like has to deactivate itself. Stuff like that. But what he managed to do with it is amazing. And I really hope it keeps working with the next update. If you want to spade it. But let's try actually unlocking Christian der Grosse. Yeah, no. I haven't actually tried pressing shift on that ship, but I don't think... No, it doesn't have a working periscope, I already know. It just doesn't. I actually quite like this modern sub... Well, there were that modern submarine event ran twice, right? The first time it ran on April Fool's, the second time it ran at a later date. But the second time was worse. Because in the original one you could see underwater like you could see in the user mission I just used. You can see underwater. In the second time they ran the modern submarine event, the underwater area was pitch black. So you couldn't see any obstacles, you couldn't see your own submarine. It was just bad. But well, I'm looking forward to whatever they're planning for this year's April Fools. They're usually still pretty fun events, although I kind of find that in the last few years they're a bit meh. They're not as wild and drastic as they used to be. I think what even was last year's April Fools? Was it the June one? That one wasn't actually too bad. The one before was like the super modern tanks and Tailspin. Tailspin event was pretty fun. Yeah, the Dune one was last year, wasn't it? I mean, that was alright, that event is just tanks but different. Which sure isn't bad in any way, but it's not something like, oh, you have walkers, or oh, you have fake tanks just having a jab at World of Tanks with HP bars and firing potatoes and carrots at each other. You don't have Guy Jilla rolling around on the dev server, stuff like that. It's just... Even the space balls, like the space turrets back when you had the Object 279 event, I think. Oh, yeah, it could be, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't a bad event, again, it's just... I don't find it interesting. Then again, I don't really find much things other than naval interesting in this game. Flooded City is a nice map, but at the same time it ruins your frame rate. I've had you see Flooded City a lot more if you're playing really low BR coastals, like 2.0 and below. It's really the only place you see it. I love how this gun has an overheat counter, even though you will just run out of ammo before the overheat counter actually does anything. Just why? Okay, that crowd is sunk.
The enemy is winning.
Ooh, torpedo hit. Okay.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Let's actually go for the B cap, shall we? I really don't know what's up with the scattering of all the shells. It feels worse than the ground-based mounts do. I have to be careful with aircraft, but I don't think it's coming from me. Do we have a destroyer in array? We don't. Oh boy. I came around this corner at the wrong time. However, I am going to launch a torpedo just for fun. I have a second one. There we go. That's probably going to be the end for my V990. Get behind the island cover, there we go. Actually capture the point.
Allied forces have
Stop the
captured
flooding.
the zone.
Hope that that type K7 runs into my torpedoes, but if it doesn't, it's not a disaster. Because I should be able to just gun him down now. There's a long reload for this belt though. Aircraft. You know, I recently, because for that anti-air task, I actually flip-flop between playing arcade and realistic. And it's surprising how you don't really hear aircraft engines in tank matches too much. But in naval, I heard that guy from 900 meters away. So that's good at least. I've reloaded my torpedoes. Let's maybe head over to sea. So yeah, that's not too concerning. That's a destroyer. That's another Japanese frigate. Not frigate. Sub chaser. God, it's gone. What was that big shell that just landed near me? Run away. Run away. Please use my bridge. Please use my bridge. Ah, I hit my gun. And there I go. I have enough for an air spawn, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and rush towards sea. Okay, a Grada's going over there. Let's call him out. This guy does not seem to be having a good day. Does that Type 4 even have FP? Is he still... No, he's still burning. He also kind of smoked off. Okay, that's a lot of automatic fire I do not want to mess with around the corner. I think it's the Courage, isn't it? Yep, there it is. No, it's a Groza. Come on, torpedo lead indicator. Not, screw it. I know how torpedoes work. I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh boy. I sunk myself. I sunk myself because it... Oof. His ammo rack flooded me. Let's try... You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna try and land at A. We have a frigate. No, we do have an Akabono. And no remaining teammates. That's a shame. This is such a weird aircraft. But it's the only float plane I have for Germany, so why not take it with me? Does it have a place for... Ooh. Pretty neat cockpit. Even notice placeholder. I do not want to take A away from the frigate. This is... I feel conflicted because that frigate is literally losing his entire game just going to the capture point. So I am not going for the capture point. That frigate should not have gone for A, by the way. He should have gone for B. Not that he... Oh well. I'm not going to take away that capture point from the frigate. You know, no, that's not a human. I don't know what the hell you're shooting at, so I'm not... nope, 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 nope. I don't know what this thing is called. It's the, this thing. BV-138. Why are you reversing? I am just gonna... What are you even shooting at? Oh well. I think this thing is a fairly recent Tech 3 edition. It's a rank 1 rank 1 I think. Yeah, it's rank 1 I think in the bomber line. I'm not sure. Do I have any flaps on this thing? I do have flaps on this thing, okay. Let's hope I don't rip them off. Because I'm actually overshooting this capture point. Yes, I don't think they have any small boat planes. Also, I am for sure overshooting this capture point. But oh well, I'll just take off again and let me take another approach. Could have actually raised maybe. He's... I don't know what that is, but that is not human. You know what? Let's do the good old... Let's look at the player card. That's already a bad sign. The water and coastal. Yeah, that is... Yeah, that's I think a zombie. Fun. Try not to crash into the ocean. That guy is most certainly not coming to our rescue. There we go. Smooth as butter. Am I going to get the cap before the tickets bleed out? I don't think so. Come on. Nope. God damn it. Oh well. If only I didn't blow myself up with my own torpedo when I captured C. Still got a decent chunk of RP, however. Mines or arty? Let's go with the artillery, and then I'll do all the mobility upgrades off. I also do want to get the mines because it's be funny. Let's RT mines and then all the mobility upgrades. Actually, hold on. No, I have to look at the replays, don't I? Can I right click on it? No. Yeah, that was a definitely bot. Still a plague, sadly. Like, I thought, like, you can also just be a new player and like a Bono going for a cap you really shouldn't be going for. Like, and he was going straight forward and just stopped, reversed, shot in the entire opposite direction of where the battlefield was. And yeah, that's definitely not normal behavior. Not a bad map for coastals. Do I try and like mine B? I am going to try it. I'm most likely just going to be instantly throwing my ship away, but I am going to try it. That's also one of the upcoming videos I want to work on, is explosive ordnance like torpedoes and mines and how you should effectively use them. But yeah. Because mines, to actually get a kill with them, are very difficult to use. But I am going to try it anyways. Hello, is that a NAS? Oh, I haven't seen those things in ages. Like, genuinely, I haven't seen a native with NAS in ages. Let's hope that the fire doesn't detonate one of my mines. Go. I'm flooding, so prepare that. I see no other hostile PT boats. I have backup, so let's just charge in. I'm sorry if you're getting constant buffering, it could also be on my end. Although my stream has been going fairly smoothly according to my software. So what you have to do with mines is... if you want to deploy mines effectively, you actually have to be really slow to create the smallest gaps possible in your minefield. Also, the guy's launching torpedoes at me like crazy. And I've jammed all of my guns. This is not good. Oh, there we go. Torpedo would probably hit me anyways. And the thing, if you want to get a kill with a mine, is you have to put it on the enemy's side of like a capture point. Which is really unsafe. But yeah, when it comes to buffering chicken, it should not be on my end for once. According to what I can tell. The buffering should not be coming from my end. Well, not often at least.
We're ahead of the enemy. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Oh, okay. I'm having this bug where the damage model isn't showing properly. Well, the weird thing is I had this bug on the dev server as well. feel so sorry for this guy, because that's gonna be the third bomb, and I'm just reloading. I should not feel sorry for the guy. Yeah, I think that's the guy's third spawn, although if he gets away with it, I'll let him get away with it. Yeah, my damage modules aren't showing up correctly. So I just have to know which modules are damaged or not. Sometimes.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
I'm gonna reload the belt. And there goes a PT6. I escaped earlier. I saw him get sunk over here. Oh, he's gonna keep reversing into trouble. Hopefully this SRT here doesn't block us too much, but he wants to be broadside so he can get all his guns to bear. Understandable. There's too much steering on that side. Now where are all the enemy coastals? Oh, right there's one. Oh, that's gonna be... well, I think... if... nope. Didn't have a full belt. Couldn't spray him down, there's something else coming from my left. Okay, I'm gonna reload the belt. Reloading again. And the friendly's in the way. Yes, there we go. Ooh. No enemy aircraft up. What did I see? There was one apparently. J1 somewhere.
Just a little more effort, and victory
And we'll
will
just
surely
keep
be
reversing into the sea cap. So why not? Gonna reload the belt. Because I practically need a full belt to kill something anyways. What do we have there? A Japanese coastal vessel of some description. And I didn't sink it in one belt. That could be a problem. Okay. He's behind cover. Where's that ammunition? You have so many planes up. Still a friendly 111 I'm hearing. And we just keep backing up into the point. There we go. Reload the belt. Ouch, what is that? Oh, that's not good. And I lost my bridge just as I was doing a turn. That's not good. And game's over anyways. As that is good. That is another successful match with the Germans. And I'm having some pretty good luck actually today with just coastal matches. Not too many destroyers around. Yes. The Chidori, especially when I made my... I do have a review on those ships, although it is a very old one. And yes, the Chidori is just basically a worse Mitsuki at a higher BR. The only thing it is better than Mitsuki is just in NTR. But that does not give the reason to be at a higher BR than Mitsuki. I have them spaded both. Shonan is different though. Shonan can be very fun if you get a predominantly coastal match, and if nobody detonates this 25mm magazine that's just huge. Because these 25mm mounts, the 25mm mounts are the main guns of the Shonan against coastals. And they just shred coastals apart like it's nothing. You want to basically angle yourself so you can get 4 of the mounts on target, like this one, and this one through the middle. And Shonan is just a monster. Although you tend to quickly lose this magazine, and that is the entire magazine for all your 25mm guns. So losing that means you lose your 25s. And that reloads so slowly. If you're on a cap. Other than that, Shonan is pretty alright. Of course, you don't have any sap on the main guns. Chidori is just a worse Mitsuki. It has the same guns as Mitsuki and the same shells, but she's slower, she has less torpedoes, less guns. That charge is something, I guess. She has better anti-air. If only just. Yeah, Chidori is something you should skip. Shonan can be fun depending on the matchmaking, but it's Ikazuchi. It's the modern Japanese frigates you really want. The Chikuko, the Ikazuchi, the Isuzu, and the Ayanami, in my opinion, are fine frigates. Really good frigates. Wait, did it have a... I remember this thing have a torpedo reload. Did it really remove it? Isn't there like space provided for it? Hold on. Also, what are these? Hold on. Where's my... Oh, never mind. Yeah. Near the depth charges. I don't know. But yeah, I could have sworn... Oh no, hold on. I think I remember this thing not having a reload when I reviewed it as well. These torpedoes are pretty bad as well, aren't they? Yeah, they're not even Type 90s. They're just bad. Well, actually, they're serviceable. It's just that you only have 2 of them. You can't actually launch a spread. You can only use them in self-defense at close ranges. I do want to like the Chidori though, because it's a very nice looking ship. Just isn't a good ship. But anyways, back to Germany so you can finally unlock the Christian der Grosse. Okay, Fiji. I think with the V990 we'll definitely want to flank around. And I do prefer C because it's an actual capture point with some cover on it. Yeah, you can see the tracks near the depth charges, but I don't think you could see the... Is it racks or tracks? Yeah, it's racks you typed. I must read it as tracks. For the Chidori. Rough water is not the greatest, or well, the most ideal circumstances for V990, but we can make it work. I think after we unlock Christian der Grosse, I'll do one match in Christian der Grosse and I'll play Douglas, I think. Just for something different. But it's gonna be... When was it? I started the stream a bit later than usual, didn't I? Yeah, 9. I'll see how far I can get. Oh, but please leave some room, thank you. Because that's a German, it's a S sound in German. I don't quite know what it means because I never had German classes, so I don't actually know what it's supposed to be pronounced like. But it's some kind of S. I love the sound of this gun though. It's such a satisfying, just high rate of fire sound. Yes, in my opinion, Chicago is 100% worth it. I recommend you get the AP shells on it as soon as possible, because that's the only thing that makes it even semi-viable. And VT shells are not a must, but they are definitely recommended. I must also state that my crews for Japan are all level 100 and are all experted. So the Chicago has one vulnerability being the very large turret that gets easily knocked out. But with my crew it only takes 10 seconds to repair, and the reload rate for their belt is also 10 seconds. So if I have to swap between VT and AP, it is only 10 seconds. Yeah, Chicago. The thing is with Chicago, because you fight reserve destroyers with it, and most reserve destroyer captains don't really know what they're doing, you're just seal clubbing at something that shouldn't really be winning against them, but can. Oh, hold on, I'm torpedoing the ever-loving... I'm thinking of a torpedo, come here. That's one. That's two. I don't care if I die. Torpedoes headed your way and you're not gonna dodge them. Because those go 126 kph. I feel a bit sorry for that Leichte because he is just trying to play that boat. But at the same time, it's such a juicy torpedo target. How could I not torpedo it? But yeah, the modern Japanese frigates are all... I like them. I like all of them. Some more than others, but I do... Like, Chikugo is unironically my go-to frigate. When we had the, I think Operation Summer, Operation Winter with the task-based stars, I always use Chikugo for it. Because it's a high rank but low BR. You can do a lot of damage with it. It still has torpedoes, so you could possibly torpedo kill something, even though torpedoes aren't all that good. I liked it. Yeah. Well, the barges aren't that big of a deal anymore nowadays. Although they are so dangerous. Now, my objective is trying to get as close as possible up. Those guns see me, don't they? And 120 mils will hull break me. I'm just gonna launch... one. Just in case. He starts, shooting me? Those guns aren't pointing my way. He's torpedoing something, but I'm not heading that way. What is this guy doing? I don't know, those torpedoes are never going to hit me. Ghostless. Oh, hello, Other Matsuki. He's in a harsh turn. Harsh turn. Fire. That should be a hit. Yeah, that's gonna be a hit. Ouch. Hit by the other Mitsuki though. Yeah, the case, yeah, they're really solid things. Those sub chasers, but I mean, a 40 mil at long range can pretty much deal with a barge as well. It depends on whether or not the barge is shooting back at you or not, in most cases. So there's 2 Mitsukis at A, one of them has been crippled. The other one, I see my torpedo just missed. What is this spread about? What is this launched at? That Mitsuki is flooding severely. Is he sinking though? That's the question. I don't think we're gonna win this match. Although we do have some... What are they doing over there though? Oh, they're courageous, they're all zombies, so never mind. You know what? Show you that I'm not just being salty. Oh, no, that is just a... Okay, never mind. This is just a guy that's new to naval. I think. What is this? My man has a fresh account and is just playing the Courage? And 45 battles, you should... Okay, that's suspect, but that's still reasonable. Okay, now I'm getting suspect because there's 2 of them. If the third guy is the same...
We'll do something fast. The enemy will win.
Something's weird about that. Something's very weird about that. It's very strange how these are... I also don't trust those names. Also, that Mitsuki, is it dead? No, it isn't. It's just recovering from the torpedo. Oh, let's make sure it will not recover from this. I'm not recovering from this either. I still have an engine. Still have 1 engine. The question is, can the B-110 actually survive on 1 engine? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, that's less bad. That's good. Ouch. Those courages are highly suspect. And I don't really have anything to do anymore. Yeah, the thing is, these are also like the... Yeah, no, these are the... Oh. If you are a premium account user, you can go into options, and I think... This? Here. So you can... If I switch that off... what happens is the game will generate you a name, and that is what these names are. So these are just zombies, and of course our destroyers are all zombies. They have 2 Mitsukis which aren't, to my knowledge at least. I think I'm just gonna leave this much because I genuinely cannot do anything. The AFD and the VS8 are not gonna suffice. So I'll just leave that much. Okay. Another thing, hold on. Let me show you, because not many people talk about it for as far as I know, but this setting. So if that's switched off, that's if you sometimes look at YouTubers and you see they're called player, that's because they have that option switched on. It sort of helps with people like not targeting you, but at the same time, if you're playing, the only game modes where you can get targeted like that is air or naval. And if you're playing tank arcade as well. In ground or B, it shouldn't be any problem. But it also makes it so that if people see you in a match, they can't like look at your They can look at your stat card, but just don't know who it is. Also, it's here, isn't it? Yep. I just don't run that setting because I don't really need to. I'm going to wait on the result of the Christian de Grosse, am I? Or should I play a match in the Douglas? Where did I put my Douglas? Do I not have a lineup of Douglas? I don't have a lineup of Douglas anymore. That needs to be changed. I'll change this one into a naval lineup. So 4-0 maximum. And the Astral as well. Why not? Let's swap this guy out for an aircraft. Helldiver it is. And I'll just jump into much of this while I wait on the results of the German coastal match. Because I really do want to actually finish coastal lineups, or coastal trees. Because at rank 5 coastal vessels tend to be really interesting vessels. It's just such a slog to actually grind them. Oh, well, I got my new coastal vessel. Yep. What do I have in these other slots that are coastal? I think I will replace the heavy. Although does the VS8 have any tact review? No, it doesn't, so I'll replace it. Should I? I think you can have... It depends on your highest rank vehicle in a nation. Let me actually double check how much you can get in Japan, for example. So if I just add, you can get a lot of presets. It depends on your rank in all the tech trees of a nation, I think. So let's say you only have rank 5 blue water vessels, you'll have a more limited amount of presets. Didn't even know you went all the way up to 18 presets. Who else would need that many? That's something I've gotten into the habit to as well. It's actually just regularly deleting some of my presets. I just don't use them. But anyways, let's do a battle in Christian der Grosse and then Douglas. I am going to put a backup on it, but I'm not going to use my booster. I'm going to use that for when I actually want to grind something else. And yeah, the VS10 is next up for research anyways. VS10 and MZ1, AFD3 and so on. At least I've got Buzzard as well from one event to paid and get some bonuses for, or from. Well, I think as well, I'm predicting that the update is going to come out next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but next week's Wednesday is when I want to predict it coming out, or somewhere in that week at least. Unless we get a second dev server, but I'm not sure on that. It does feel a bit... It's kind of the same like with the last update, it's a bit mediocre on the naval front. Because nothing famous got added, really. Like Nevada is a nice addition, but it's like it's one battleship that isn't pushing anything when it comes to capabilities. The French are getting added, of course, but that's only the pre-orders. Bunch of frigates and coastal vessels get added. Premium blue water ships got added to some reason. Oh, that's another thing actually, now to think of it. They're doing some funny business with the Des Moines. They're doing some very, very funny business with the Des Moines. I think I read somewhere, somebody had put it on Reddit as well, that they're buffing the Des Moines armor slightly. Even though it isn't, that wouldn't make it historically accurate. They're actually making it ahistorical for some reason. There's like a bunch of armor changes compared to the Newport News, or compared to the live version. It's really, really weird. And from what I could tell, it doesn't make it any less susceptible to just detonation from the front. So it shouldn't be anything too bad. Let's zoom that map in a bit further, and a small match for the time being. They're capturing B. It is another AI name. This is probably another zombie. Only Kurch. Yes, this is very weird. What's the point in doing that? Oh, Frunze they have. Oh, much it's strange. I'll never understand the people who bought a naval. Yeah, the thing is, you know why they put it at rank 4 instead of rank 5 like the Newport News? Is because the one promise they made with premium vehicles is that they do not sell top rank premiums. And theoretically they don't. No, they don't sell top rank premiums. If they do sell top PR premiums, not that that matters, but well. And yeah, the Newport News is a rank 5 because that's what that ship deserves. The Pittsburgh is a rank 5 for crying out loud. But they can't make the Des Moines a rank 5 premium because that would be selling a top rank premium. That's not what they do, apparently. Just strange business. Yep, here we have the magical German 37, which never overheats. Oh, speaking of barges, I shouldn't have said they were not a bad deal, shouldn't I? I've already lost all my crew. Oh. I should have not said last battle that they were not that difficult to deal with. I should just shredded my entire ship. Immediately got destroyed by... I think that's good. The Ise one. Yes, please. Mainly because of the funny rocket launchers it has. The The only shame is we already have Isea in the files. And she is not the hybrid ship, although it has been like a year and a half since she was uncovered in the files. Well, there might be plans to add the hybrid one in the future, I don't know. But I would love to see that ship, just because of the anti-air suite changes. Because it has this... Oh, what is it? Is it a 21 centimeter rocket or a 12 cent? Yeah, no, it's a 12 centimeter rocket launcher, which is just HCTF shells in rockets. Really funny. I'm also still very disappointed about the fact that the hood does not have her anti-air rockets functioning. That's really disappointing. It's such a unique feature about some of these British ships. Yeah, some of the ships should really be ships we already have. It's stunning that they added the hood before the renown. It's an odd choice. But the thing is that you have to remember that file, that model leak is old by now. There's probably so many more things in the work. Oh, are they the actual funny incendiary shells as well? Not just normal TF. Why am I controlling the 88? Let's go into island cover. To be honest, I want to get... That's like literally only 2 ships I want anymore for when it becomes a battleships. Excluding the Japanese ships I obviously want. Is King George V class and a Nelson class. Those ships are so weird looking, I want them. Like, a Queen Elizabeth is famous. But no, not again a barge. Like, the Queen Elizabeth is famous. The Vanguard is famous for being the last battleship made. But they look so dull to me. Just, nothing special.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winners.
I shouldn't have opened my mouth last battle about these barges not being that bad anymore. I literally just ran into them twice. Ugh. It's been a long time since I actually played Ghost like this. The Nelsons are ships I want because they're so weird looking. They're also actually pretty powerful battleships. And the Tonne already had me sold if it's a static, so the Nelsons would just be better. No, they're still 20 kph, they're still pretty slow. This map, I think, has better sight lines for this side than it does for the north side. I'm not entirely sure on that, I might just be coping hard about the fact that I had to face a barge twice. But, yeah. The barges are still pretty slow. I am going to try and torpedo it, because no matter how fast you are, a 126 kph torpedo you're not going to outrun. Oh, no, that's not so good. That's good. That thing will just shred me apart. Or I can get the gun on target, because it's a really awkward angle. Yeah. Ah. I forgot to re-equip some planes. Oh well. That is... damn. Yeah, that's... The V990 is not a bad ship, it's just a bit awkward. It is... I just had bad luck this match. Ran into a barge twice and ran into that thing just face first. The thing is, though, the G5 is it the G5 or is it the G3? I think it's the G3 and the M3 battle cruisers are actually possible to be added. I think one of them is actually a battleship and not a battle cruiser, but oh well. And those would be very funny and weird. Love every second of it. I just love weird and wacky ship designs. Okay. Yep, I know we got Christian de Grosse. G10 will be next, but now I think I'll do a Douglas. I'll just play a few more whatever coastal matches. I'll actually play a 1-7 match with this lineup. I haven't played these ships in ages. Sometimes going back to low tier stuff is really fun. Especially if you haven't played it in a long time. There's a ton of there are some also Japanese battleship designs that I know will not be added to the game, but I still want to see because they're kind of interesting. Like, there's a Japanese battleship, the number 13 class, which is basically, from what I can tell, I don't know too much about it, a Nagato, but with 18-inch guns instead. And that would be kind of interesting to see. No clue. It all depends on what they're going to do with the next few ships. They're most likely not going to put it in the Congo line because that's just full-on battle cruisers. Yeah, Milk, I do mean that I didn't mean to say that it was a Nagato hull. It's basically a Nagato with 18-inch guns. Yeah, the Minotaur, I'm not sure. I think they could. But yeah, there's like the Amagi and the Tosas are I can almost guarantee are going to be added. Because why wouldn't you? They're there. Oh, this is not a good map for the Douglas. You want the Douglas to be out in the open. Oh, are they? I thought they were actual 457s and not these 18 and the 460s on the number 13. But yeah, the reason the number 13 wouldn't be added is because it was the guns were never made, were they? Or something along those lines. But it's a cool design, I think. Also, there's the plethora of Yamato proposals that you could technically add to the game. Also, that would just be absurd. Yeah, these should be 460s. I don't know. So what I'm going to do this match is just sit here. And apparently block somebody who just came out of the spawn. I'm sorry. But I am not going to fight anything. I'm going to wait for an aircraft to spawn. So I really like these missiles as an anti-air weapon. What is up with all these Kirches? And why are they all low level? What's up with that? Why? Because that means that they're fairly recent if they're all low levels like that. Ah, yeah, that thing. I think somebody posted a video on like some of these Yamato proposals, didn't they, on my server or on both server? I don't remember. That was quite a fun watch. Is that a... Let's see, you're not. I am going to just reverse because I am not going to mess with that. There is also the Fever Dream that is Canada's 500,000 ton battleship. Yeah, I know the Brady Rack, but I'm not gonna hit that with this ship. I don't want to fight that thing. These are players, right? These are like actual, yeah, these are actual players. What is up with these Kirches? Why the Kirch? Why are they all so new? I don't understand this. I would unironically want to see Canada's 500,000 ton battleship as an April Fool's thing. Like even if it's just like an April Fool's death blog, that would be fine. It doesn't even have to be an event vehicle in the game or something like that, like some limited event. Just the death block for it would be funny. Because that ship is just a fever dream. I do realize that it is absolutely the most boring gameplay you could possibly watch. But this is the only gameplay for this kind of ship. Although I'm going to try and get out of here, maybe go to A. Just so there's a bit more interesting stuff going on other than just sitting there. I do have backups, okay, so if I do get ambushed I can respawn. Please just run away so it doesn't see me. I do have smoke. In case I was getting shot at, but I'm not. So we'll bravely run away. Yeah, this is the non-fun BR of Coastals. Like anything 3.0 and 3.3 and above. Unless you're playing a frigate. Because then you're just basically a destroyer with... That's different. But playing a normal coastal vessel with these BRs is just not fun. And even the Douglas isn't all that fun because it's... The missiles are very fun, a very fun gimmick. But you actually need people to spawn in an aircraft for that, and you don't see that very often. Not anymore, at least. Because people just want to have quit their planes, their ships, or bots that just don't do anything. Apparently he's capturing A, that's good. It is. It really is. I will say rank 5 is pretty interesting. It's just that the BR isn't very friendly for coastals anymore. Like coastal kind of got dealt a two-hit death blow. Where the first major hit to coastal's enjoyment is when destroyers got the internal crew compartment damage model. That was the first major hit to coastal's enjoyment, because that meant that most coastal vessels could no longer meaningfully damage destroyers. And seeing that most of them actually share the BR, it's not that great. The second blow was the naval split. Because then at least before the split you could still research coastal vessels with destroyers. Now you can't do that anymore, and now it's just not fun. That's still... Every time I bring it up, but I just don't like the naval split. Because it's just bad. Sure, it brought more people into the blue water side of things, but it just basically killed all joy in coastals. And it actually did a really bad thing to the research efficiency of both trees. But oh well. They're not gonna revert it anytime soon, are they? So now we'll just... There wasn't a P2 up, was there? That's a shame. Just gotta double check. This seems like a normal player. Actually, I've seen that name before. I've seen Father 1904, I think. But I want more. I want aircraft to shoot with these missiles because they're fun. That's also kind of a downside of this thing compared to the Sata. Sata has a search radar, so you'll always notice when an aircraft spawns. With Douglas, you just have to keep an eye to the sky. It does have a track radar at least, but that's... I think that's literally just this radar, the 76. Yeah, it's just bad. And again, it used to be pretty alright. Because you could research any, like you could research half the coastal tree of any destroyer. That's something like people didn't really take into account with these with the naval split, as the research efficiency, how it just went down the drain. Now researching top tier coastal is now just impossible. I just don't like that split. The old system was better, and you can fight me for it. Oh, that radar is broken, okay. Not that I really need it anyways, because if you lock onto an aircraft with just like target lock, what you use for ships, you track it perfectly anyways. I just don't get a lead indicator for my gun. Not that I need it anyway, since I'll be using the missiles. Come on. You're gonna tell me no aircraft spawns this entire match? Why did this guy spawn in a plane to only just jay out and spawn in a destroyer? Are there any other suspicious looking people? Well, you know all the Courageous are bots. Let's just look at... Yep, that's another Courage bot. This is a normal player. Yeah, just recently started naval by the looks of it. Courage bot, Courage bot. Strange. Very, very strange. Hmm. I am shocked. Like that's really strange. It's the fact that aircraft are really common in low tier coastals. Because most people there are actual players. So they tend to bring a lineup of their coastal vessels. But that just starts to just not happen with destroyers and up. Because well, most of them are bots and they don't spawn in aircraft. But even the players don't tend to bring aircraft anymore. It's really strange. Like even in battleship games, it's not often that I see a player aircraft anymore. Which makes tasks like the recent get one air kill, surface kill, and a cap very difficult. Although technically you could do that with low tier coastal. That's where you have the bigger chance of seeing planes. Yeah, the problem is this is literally the gameplay you have to do with this ship. the main gun and the damage model on this Douglas is not good enough to just fight on the front line as a coastal vessel. This is just what you're reduced to. Praying there's an aircraft that will spawn. Well, you say that, but remember there are jets at battleship battle ratings. And even then, anti-air is not the most difficult to dodge. Although I have gotten a bit worse at it recently. I hear an aircraft. Friendly aircraft. Darn it. Technically speaking, 7.3 jets can be used in naval RB matches. 7.3 jets. You have a guy around B, is he not? He might actually cap it. About to think to actually go to B myself, but I don't think that's needed anymore. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We have a target. We have a target. We have a target. I want to watch it go pop. Pop! Off goes his wings and then tail. Ooh. That was worth the wait. And yep. That's the funniest thing, is that people don't realize that there are ships with anti-air missiles in the game. And I love it. Yeah. Oop, I'm gonna tell him about Set as well. How old? I was 13 when I started playing this game. 10 years, well, the summer when I was 13, so that is 10 and a half years ago by now. It is very BS, but I find it so funny that it just boop. You wanted to fly an aircraft anywhere on this map? Nope. Not what I'm watching. Ah, yeah, that thing. There's so many vehicles you could add here.
Allied forces have captured
That was well worth the wait for me. Well worth it. One of the main reasons I just no longer play tanks is because I despise gas. Also because I'm blind as a bat and I can't play tank RB for anything. And I love like people who spawn in aircraft thinking they'll just change anything about the match, getting swatted out of the sky because they don't know that that's a threat, and I so love it. Because the thing is, the Douglas, you can actually see the missile coming. You can see the big old white smoke trail coming towards you if you just look out for it. The Sata is even worse because it doesn't have a smoke trail. But I've dodged Douglas missiles and stuff like the P1Y1 because you see them coming. Of course, if you don't know there's a possible missile threat, I love it. It's like, for as much as I hate the Douglas and don't like Ghostlet SBR, I love nothing more than just locking onto a plane, pressing the R button, doing nothing else, and seeing them disintegrate. How bullshit it may be, it's just so much fun. A good old hit of dopamine. The thing is, he was about to do exactly what I did a few matches ago, and take the German floatplane and just capture A, which is completely undefended. Well, it looked undefended to him. Little did he know there was a SAM site just waiting. By the way, if you're considering buying Douglas to grind the US-3 with, don't. It is a bad grinding premium. It's a good meme vehicle premium, it's a bad grinding premium. And there it is, victory. If all I did was shoot one plane down, and that was well worth it. I'd have preferred if there were 2 planes, but that was well worth it. Because that's all I wanted to do in the Douglas anyways. I don't think there would be a game with all 3 in them unless you wanted to make it really complicated. It's also like, if you put all 3 of them together, right, the tanks are just screwed. Because the planes can bomb tanks, the ships can bombard tanks, and the tanks can't do anything in return. Ooh, if you have Wilkinson, Wilkinson is a good destroyer to have. I personally prefer, if you start with the Americans, Frank Knox, very solid. I love the Sumner / Gearing class. Moffat, don't get Moffat anymore. Just don't. It still is a really good money making destroyer. If you know that you do. The thing is, because of the zombie plague, everybody and their grandmother knows how to immediately kill a Moffat. Whilst the Frank Knox doesn't have that vulnerable ammo rack. Just get the Frank Knox if you want to grind. If you want to grind like most of the American tree, get the Frank Knox, please. Newport News is alright. It's not the best because people know that it has a very vulnerable ammo rack, so yeah. Does it actually have the same cell modifier? Or it does. That's a slightly worse RP modifier, but the difference in BR and the difference in the survivability will more than make up for it. Get Frank Knox, please. Such a good ship. What was I going to do? I was going to play something other Ghost, wasn't I? I think I'll play one more match in the Grad. And then I'll have to call it for tonight. But let's activate another backup. And play the Grad. Yeah, I also just don't think that the ammo racks are above. Actually, you know what? Let me double check whilst I'm in the hangar anyways. Its ammo rack isn't above the waterline. Technically, hold on. Yeah, no, its ammo rack is at the waterline. Well, if you hit the rear shell room, it might chain detonate. But the front magazine is also protected. Also, I just like these destroyers more. It's also lower BR. And you miss out on 2 guns, but instead you gain functional anti-air, better survivability. So just get the Frank Knox. And if you do have the Moffat and you're struggling with it, just don't ever show the magazines. Just don't. People know how to kill it. It's not this magazine, it's this one that just barely pokes above the waterline. Insta kills you. Like even if you're angled like this and you're fighting a cruiser, they can detonate you. So Moffat is really, really fragile. Even if you're head-on, if you're fighting a cruiser in a Moffat, which at 5.0 you most definitely will, they'll just shoot you. If they don't one-shot you through the rear ammo rack, they'll just rip your engines apart straight through your bow. But anyways, Grad. Let's play the Grad some more. I have Fuso. I do have Fuso. I have not played Fuso. Because I have... Let me show you. I have Fuso, but I have nothing to grind anymore. So I'm kind of just not playing Fuso until they add a new Japanese tech tree ship. Which they aren't doing this update, damn it. Not that we know of. Is the AA better than Tony? Technically, maybe. I think they're probably on par. Yeah, they're on... Fuso has more 25s, has more small caliber anti-air, but the large caliber anti-air is the same. I've also heard very good things about Fuso, even though I haven't played it yet. I've heard very good things about Fuso not being a powder keg like the Hyuga is, or not in the same ways at least. I was going to say something, but I forgot. Yeah, no. When the update goes live, I am most likely going to do a day one stream, like I usually do for major updates. And I think if I have the French pre-orders by then, I'll just play those on stream. But that's like, probably one of my next streams is going to be that update stream. So just saying. Then what else? Yeah, the German Destroyer video should be out by Wednesday, because I have the entire day free tomorrow. And I've got most of the work done on that German Destroyer video anyways, so I should be able to slap it out tomorrow. I only wish this rocket launcher was a bit faster to rotate. Oh, hello. Knock out the front gun if I can. Nope, I knock it out regularly. Because the main gun on the ship is actually really good. There's another one over there. Try and get into B and not let all the progress that was gained by the VS-10 go to waste. It is. I got stunk by somebody else. You really can't do any drastic maneuvers with this. Or else the rockets were just not going to be anywhere near on target. There we go. I do like this ship. The rockets feel different from when I was first introduced. Like when you could first test it with the battle pass. This is a very fun ship. I'm going to do a review on this ship as well soon enough. I think, yeah, I'll try and slap a review on this ship out this week as well. Probably closer to Friday then. But I'm already really liking this boat.
Most of the strategic zones are captured.
I need to reload the main gun because I only had 8 shells left in it. Let's try and head for C. Something over there. It's going to be out of... Not going to be my problem to deal with, I think. Oh, there's a destroyer. I want to try and ambush a destroyer with these rockets. That is going to be the battle plan. Oh boy. Just be careful that nothing suddenly comes from that spawn point. This is most likely not going to actually think that destroyer if I do manage to ambush him. But it should be funny nonetheless. That guy's going to be behind the island, isn't he? Yep. Wait until he gets past the island. Let's see what's up with this destroyer that we saw earlier. Right. That does remind me, I am going to make another April Fool's video, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I have some ideas, but oh, you know what? Nope, I'm not gonna fight that thing. He's just camping the capture point. He can stay there with all his buddies, but I am not messing with that. Also, why is the turret rotation with the rocket launcher so fast all of a sudden? Nope, 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 nope. I'm noping the hell out of that. You can stay right there. In the meantime, another friendly capture the point.
Most of the strategic zones.
But I am just not going to fight that fight. Yeah, I know. And I was already thinking it was going to be the stabilizer thing. It's such... How that's still a bug is... There's so many bugs in there that just shouldn't be bugs anymore. They still are. That reminds me, after this battle, I'm going to showcase you a bug that I've actually recently discovered thanks to another Discord. Also, I'm going to... Amateur 2, you're not going to be in for some shock. This is a fun boat. I am already just going to say it, this is a fun boat. So expect my review of it to be quite favorable. And there we go, sunk him with the excessive amount of explosives. Yeah, these rockets were worse when we first were able to test drive the ship, but now they're actually workable. Yeah, that was good fun. That was a good old dopamine hit, just peppering an M802 with 10-kilogram rockets. It's really thanks to the high velocity of these rockets that they're easy to aim. Sure, they're inaccurate, but you have so many of them. That was good. I'm gonna try and reload most of these rockets whilst I'm on the cap anyways. I don't think A cap is threatened anyways, and if they take C cap, okay, I'll take the C cap. Let's see if I can help him repair. Never mind. And now we just wait. Rearm the rockets and just wait.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
I'm gonna just make sure I can actually fire in that area. There seems to be something over there again. So if you maneuver the ship without moving the cursor, the rocket launcher stays because of the bugged aiming thing. So you don't have to worry about the slow rotation speed too much. Actually, now it's still fast too. When? Soon. I think this year. Like, my predictions for this year were the French Navy, 16-inch guns, although I actually just said bigger battleships. 16-inch guns is close enough. And a new ship type. That's my predictions for what we're going to see this year. I'm already right on one of the three. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that also really makes me not want to play the Hood. It's just the horrible accuracy on them. Because it makes what should be a pretty alright battlecruiser into just not a fun one. When you fire 8 shells and only 2 of them land in the same postcode. I was going to show you another bug that I found thanks to another Discord. With the Type 51B. D51B. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Ivan. I know of that. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to hold down my left mouse button. That is just the button to fire the guns. Do you see what happened? I just fired a left-hand side torpedo. And this bug is in 2 parts, because if I now hold down the space bar... Okay, let that gun reload. I'm just gonna hold down the space bar. It just fires the right-hand side 25mm. What is this? How is this? I just don't understand. I'm gonna see if I press the space bar with both of the torpedoes, if it just... Okay, then it still launches both. When you fire the mouse button, you still fire all your guns. That's... How is this I don't even know when this snuck in because I haven't played the ship in ages, but I just saw somebody else on another Discord complain, "Oh, yeah, this T-51B still has this bug." Like, what bug? What? So weird. So weird. But that's just naval for you. Bugs galore. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. Because I'm getting quite tired and I'm close enough to my usual 4-hour stream that I should be doing. That I want to do. And what I have noticed is that I haven't been losing my connection too much. There's some dropped frames, but that's to be expected. And I think I might know the reason why. I think my internet provider just does something on a Saturday night when I usually stream. It just makes my connection go all wonky. So I might from now on be streaming on just other days than Saturday. Either Friday night or Sunday night is most likely the case, what I'm going to be doing. Probably Friday night, because that's the night before the weekend. So no Saturday streams anymore. And we'll see how it goes from there. If I have connection issues again on other days, it might just be something else. But yeah, today went well. I had some fun in Coastals. And my next stream will be probably just next Friday. This week I'm going to release the destroyer videos for the Germans, destroyer reviews, a review on the Russian coastal boat. It's what I want to like to do by Friday as well. And that'll be it. And I'll see you all next stream then.